Hi. Hello. Do we see and do we hear?
I won!
Dorcas, thank you so much for subscribing. I have to shout out a couple of people. Dorcas, McRowan, Floofer, Artemis. I'm missing someone. There was one more person. Knighted. Thank you so much for subscribing, everyone. I appreciate y'all. I hope that you've had a great week. I am pretty low energy today. I was summoned for jury service.
Good.
Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. So I had to go to the courthouse yesterday and to arrive at the courthouse for the time of my summons. I had to be awake at 5:30. So really sleepy today. Just kind of tired. Just kind of like not feeling my best. We've got plenty of tea. I did not get water, but that's okay.
I won!
Greatly. Thank you so much for gifting that sub out. I appreciate that also. I impulsively cut bangs on Wednesday. So that's new. That's a thing. I was not picked, Venatide. I was excused. Yeah. I don't get paid for jury duty. So I was just like, hey guys. And I tried to get out of it ahead of time. I sent them a request for excusal, like, hey guys, like I'm really excited to partake in my civic duty. Actually, I've always wanted to serve on a jury. It seems like it would be a really interesting experience. But like if I'm not at work, I'm not making money. And if I'm not making money, no rent, no food. Like need money. And they denied my request 3 times. They were like, nah, you gotta come. And I was like, seems really uncool. So I went when I arrived at the courthouse. Wait a minute, Legato and Felix, thank you both for your subscriptions. Thank you. I can't believe we have a level 3 hype train already. So when I arrived at the courthouse, okay. Now this is just outrageous. Waffy, thank you also. Money yeah, well, and they only pay you $15 a day to be there. And I'm just like, guys, this is not tenable. So I went to the little desk and I was like, hey, I'm not sure if I can get out of this or not. And they were like, well, what did you say? And I said I don't get paid. And they were like, oh, you need to be specific. You need to tell us you you need money to buy groceries. And I was like, is that not a logical conclusion beyond if I don't get paid if I'm not at work? Like, can we not ergo? Can we not say A to B in that way? So they excused me on site. But oh my gosh, all these incredible subs. Thank you so much. Had jury duty, sat in a room when the defendant didn't show up. Anomaly. Thank you for those gifties. War, thank you for your sub. You are all amazing. You are all so amazing. But I was really busy this week, so I have not been able to play Monster Hunter, and my PC has been staring at me like the Green Goblin mask for the better part of like 5 days. So I think
I'll handle the rubies.
I floated this idea last week, and I think I'm actually gonna do it. I think every Friday until AT Arkfeld drops, we're gonna do a new weapon in Monster Hunter. Now that I have more materials to create more effective sets that will synergize with the weapons I have not learned, I would like to give these weapons a fair shot. Oh my god. Oh my god, all of these subscriptions! Vala, thank you for the cheer. Sorasu and Sun, thank you for subscribing. You're all the best. Okay, that like totally derailed my train of thought here. Hang on, I'm drinking tea. Charge late. So, Dragon, I can guarantee that before AT Arkfeld drops. Oh, fuck. I may not actually be able to hunt AT Arkfeld that weekend. Oh, hold on. Okay, so AT Arkfeld might become a special thing. I might... Yeah! I think I'll be out of town! Oh, no! Okay. AT Arkfeld, I might do a special Monday stream. If I can't do it on launch, I might do a special Monday stream to compensate. Okay, that's fine. We can market this. We can manage this. Watch some of your YouTube vids and loved your energy. Well, thank you very much. Welcome in. We are happy to have you here. What was I saying? Yes. Okay, so I can promise that I will get to Chargeblade before Arch-Tempered Arkfeld drops. But I don't want to do Chargeblade today. Here's what I'm thinking. And I'm going to kind of let chat guide me, right? Because most of these weapons I haven't tried, and some of them I tried when I was very new to the game, and I was ass at them. I was dog shit. It was really unsavory to behold as just like observational phenomenon. And these weapons I owe them a second chance, basically. So I spent most of last weekend on Greatsword, which highlighted a real weakness in my Monster Hunter playstyle, which is prediction. Also, Spar, thank you for subscribing. My timing for dodges, I think, is quite good. Even on a monster whose moveset I'm not super familiar with, I have a really intuitive understanding of when to get the fuck out of the way. And same with like a perfect guard, I think, because I'm pretty sure those timing windows are, if not identical, very close to each other. So that I do really good with. Do you know what I am like? It is an unusable feature on the weapon for me. Offsets. I am so bad, and I'm bad in a way that activates like tilt for me because I want to be better and I'm not getting better, and it's making me mad. Knowing like, okay, like how long the wind-up animation is for the monster's attack, so I can begin to charge the offset at the right time, or like that is really flubbing me. And that was something Switch Axe gave me a lot more flexibility in being able to make those mistakes because it's just a faster weapon in general when compared to something like Greatsword, which is very slow. But Greatsword, man, I was just... And I like the weapon. I feel like if I had a broader knowledge of monster behavior in combat, this is a weapon that I could eventually be very effective on. But right now, the offset mechanic, it's almost entirely unusable. And I'm gnashing my teeth and like grinding them to nubs over it. Want offsets, use hammer. Well, so that's the thing. That's kind of like those challenges that we experienced with Greatsword this week are kind of informing how I want to handle the next weapon that we try. Also, thanks for the follows, everyone. I really appreciate it. Do we have the exact same playstyle, King? You think so? And I know, Frodo, like some people had said that like I set myself up for a more difficult learning experience by going from so much playtime on Dual Blades, which is the fastest weapon, to learning Greatsword, which is the slowest weapon in the game. There was a lot of feedback from chat in how I may have set myself up for failure prematurely in that way. Because I like the weapon. I really do. And I those hits are meaty and the weapon itself looks beautiful. And I can absolutely see how if you were adept at Greatsword, it just becomes like the monster cannot touch you, which I think is incredibly just block, offset, whack, block, offset, power clash. I'm pretty sure they can power clash. So in taking the weaknesses in my playstyle that Greatsword highlighted, I'm curious to explore a couple of different avenues for what weapon we experiment with today. Sorry, YouTube video. Can't believe I got so invested. Welcome to the Monster Hunter family from Singapore. Thank you. Welcome to the community from me. I'm happy to have you here. So on the one side of things, we have Bow, which I attempted once. And again, was just like really fantastically dog ass, like abysmal at this weapon. And I don't want that to be my only experience with Bow. People have said that Bow also has a perfect dodge. It can feel a little bit similar to Dual Blades in that way. Some of the skills that you would want on an armor set that would synergize well with Dual Blades are also applicable to Bow. So it feels like that could be a natural expression of a playstyle that I already am comfortable with, because unfortunately we are going to be limited by what I am affectionately referring to as the Zenny problem. I have no money in this game. So we will need to kind of try to like vulture and scavenge armor sets based on pieces that we have already upgraded, because the economy is in shambles. Like, so people have said like Bow could be a good idea because we might be able to like pick and choose from bits that we've already upgraded and then scrounge together an effective set. You have Money Quest? Okay, I might need that Money Quest then. But on the other side of things, we have SNS, which I'm considering because it seems like it has a lot of the features that Greatsword might. the ability to block. I'm pretty sure SNS can power clash. I don't believe it can offset, but I have demonstrated to myself that in order to use that mechanic to its fullest expression, I have to get better at the game. I need to become more familiar with these monsters, more familiar with their visual tells. It's different, and I'm not doing it well, so I'm not sure if that's something I should practice or like something I should say, we'll go back to that after I try another weapon for a little while. I haven't made up my mind, but SNS will kind of give me those blocking abilities with perhaps more mobility, which could be sort of a happy medium, maybe. I don't know. So there's a part of me also that's like, what if there was like a wild card in here and we tried longsword, right? I played longsword for about 12 minutes once, like 4 hours into the game during a Balahara hunt. It was really embarrassing. I don't think my spirit gauge ever went beyond 2. We won't talk about that. That's a different crow than the crow before you now. I have matured. I have grown. We have evolved. We could potentially pick that up, maybe. No, Zenny Recession. Eric, I have never had money in this game because I get it and I spend it. I craft stuff, I make new weapons, I upgrade things, and then I'm always just like, why don't I have 7 pennies in my bank account? And it's because I've crafted every single piece of armor in the game, and who the fuck knows what else is just like in my inventory hanging around. Like there's just it's not particularly tenable. Also, my white balance is really fucked up today and it's bothering me. I don't think you guys can tell, but I can tell. And I don't know why it's like that, but so I don't know. And of course, I'm also open to people being like, well, actually, instead of any of those weapons, do Lance. The issue being like, I have had more experience with Lance than the other weapon classes, and I know that I really like Lance. Lance could potentially be really fun to compare against Greatsword, right? Like one after the other. I know we have a lot of really impressive HBG users in chat, and I stare at HBG curiously and somewhat longingly because I'm pretty sure Heavy Bowgun and Greatsword are the only weapons in Wilds that can offset and power clash. Am I right? Am I hallucinating? Am I spreading misinformation for the thrill of deceit? Can somebody fact check me here? Because I'm pretty sure that's right. Yes! So we have a lot of potential and we have a lot of options. I'm just not sure where we want to go. HBG can offset, but it's a real pain. I feel like HBG offsetting is because Insect Glaive can also offset, right? And it's like kind of fucked up. So I feel like even though they have the feature, it might be a little fucked up to execute. So Chargeblade is there. I'm feeling kind of sleepy today. Just kind of like not focusing well today. Again, because of the courtroom. So I will try Chargeblade. I know that I will. We've got a lot of Chargeblade enthusiasts in the community that would love to see me like tremendously fumble their favorite weapon. And I will satisfy you. You will witness me fail, but not today. Bones, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome in. They made the Insect Glaive offset easier with Title Update 4. Bob, how? Bob, you are also one of the reasons I'm interested in learning SNS, because I could see you putting in work during the Omega Savage hunts, and I was like, SNS cool? Question mark? SNS cool. ... Like I was thinking. Yeah, we were forming opinions in real time. HBG may do it. It's a blast. One day, I feel like if I were to go into HBG, I would probably want some experience with some of the other ranged weapons first. Like maybe bow, which seems like it could be kind of adjacent to dual blades. I don't think I've tried light bow gun, because bow, light bow gun, heavy bow gun, are those the only ranged options? Is there one more? It might just be those 3. I thought there was one more for some reason. That's it. Yeah, so I feel like before I jumped off the deep end into HBG territory, maybe I'd want to try a little bit familiarizing myself more with some of the ranged options, especially since it feels weird to call them ranged because to me, bow, you are still really up close. I'm not sure if maybe light bow gun or heavy bow gun have extra distance between you and the monster, but that was something that I really struggled with. And admittedly, it's like when we tried bow, it was fucked. The whole thing was fucked from start to finish, top to bottom, left side, front ways, all the way through to the end of the week because I went in with like a badly like a really under-leveled bow that I like bought from Santiago at the support ship and like had like really subpar decos and no upgraded armor, I don't think, and no skills that were synergizing whatsoever. And then I went up against like a tempered new Udra and just got like whap, 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 just like tentacled in the face over and over and over again. But I know that I struggled with my positioning because I kept thinking I could be further away. So it was like I would shoot, but I would miss, and then I would get closer, and then I would be focused so much on like trying to charge my hits, I would fuck up my dodges. It was a lot to juggle. But I'm interested in actually giving it a fair shot. So having a learning month goes on a Discord. That's cool. I've been, and I do that somewhat, I think, with the community hunts that we have on the Discord. Where I'll roll up with a new weapon or I'll get build feedback from people. I think certainly when I start doing hunting horn things, that will become very necessary. Hunting horn, I cannot promise we will get to before Arch-Tempered Arkfeld drops because it feels like to me every hunting horn is a totally different weapon. Whereas, you know, if I go from Blaganga dual blades to Gravios dual blades, they're still dual blades, baby. It's the exact same buttons. But it's my understanding that each individual monster's hunting horn has a different melody, and the melody is played via combos that are not identical across the horns themselves. So that feels to me like an added layer of complexity and challenge that I am perhaps not ready to tackle. Charge blade, I can say, yeah, I'll give that a try. But hunting horn, I will learn it. I just don't know if I'll learn it before Arkfeld. The songs are different. Oh, okay, I was wrong. Editor's note, streamer must issue retraction. We have fact-checked them. They were not correct. It's different effects and melodies, but it's the same note. Okay, that makes so much more sense, honestly, because I must have misunderstood what a community member said the last time we were talking about hunting horn, because I totally thought, in my head, it was like, your combos are different for every single one. And I went, and people say charge blade is the hardest weapon to learn. I don't know. Hunting horn now feels like completely untenable. Okay, but if it's the same button inputs in the same order, it's just that the effects are different. But keeping track of what those effects are is also pretty important, I feel. So it's the effects that change. And we have a lot of very capable hunting horn users that would love to see me give their favorite weapon a try. War Product, of course, Gemini. We've got many and that's honestly, it's like that's one of the things that I've grown to really. What's the right, like, enjoy is not an active enough word. And neither is appreciate. There is such a community feel to these games that extends beyond just the multiplayer element and like the cooperation within the hunt. It's like there is so much support between hunters and players, even like outside of the game itself. Like it has been, I feel like I have rarely encountered a community where people are just really happy to see you play and want you to play and want you to learn and want to teach you so you can play together. Good. Like it's been a real treat for me, honestly. Yeah, it's been a real treat. Also, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. Parahorn uses top end. I did a 5. Shoot, what was there's a pack hunt. I did a Kutku pack hunt with someone on Parahorn. The birds never moved. The birds were free real estate. Honest, like it felt a little cruel, actually. I'm like looking around, I'm like, is Alma gonna like call the like a special number and have like a guild representative show up to talk to us? Because it felt completely out of control. Taryn, you use Parahorns. Hey, Mega, what's up? I knew you're the only streamer. Wait, really? It's always really funny to me to hear like people be like, yeah, yours is like a funny, because I don't really watch other streamers or when I watch other streamers, I am a silent lurker. Like I watch from the shadows. I'm like darkening the door, but I don't say anything. I don't chat, and I don't have the time to watch a lot of other streamers. So it's really funny when people are like, "Yeah, we like what you do," and I'm like, "Really?" but I wouldn't like what I do. That's crazy. The birds can't handle the beats. It's true. I mean, Greatsword, Longsword SS, and Dual Blades. Really happy with you. I feel like the game really does incentivize you to try other weapons, to become proficient in other weapons. And that was a belief that I'd held for a really long time, but it's not one that I had like I had no real like demonstrated evidence for that until I went up against Arkveld and Steve on Greatsword. Arkveld and Steve on Greatsword is a completely different hunting experience than if you are in there with Dual Blades. I felt like a god. I felt unstoppable. Steve, you are nothing to me. You should go home and leave. You're embarrassing yourself. The other monsters in the plains, they're laughing at you. There's like 3 Balahara over there like, ooh, girl. Like, could not hit me. Like, I felt like the veil had been pulled from my eyes. I felt like I was seeing the world in Technicolor. Like shades I had never before perceived were suddenly being burnt into my retina. I felt it was delicious. It was delicious. So I really do feel like because the monsters all behave differently and they really are like bosses, right? Their combat is very individualized. You are incentivized to learn different weapons, learn different play styles, experiment with different elements and status effects, and see what works for each monster. It was very fun. And people have, like, I've said a lot that I really struggle with Steve on Dual Blades. And part of that is because I just don't have a lot of experience hunting him. But another part is that I have a his combos are really straightforward, actually. It's the amount of time that he spends in the air that fucks me up. Because, yeah, I can dodge the 1, 2, 3, and then he does the boom, and it like, comes down on you. And then I try to go into my big combos, and he goes, kick, kick. And then he's in the air again. And I just, like, I have a hard time understanding when I can actually deal damage to him. But the answer to, when can I deal damage to you, Steve, is to play Greatsword, and then you just deal damage all the time. And it doesn't matter that your weapon is slow, because Steve is a greedy jackass, and he'll come to you. You don't even have to move, baby. He wants you so bad. You can just stay in one spot. Offset, offset, guard, guard, power clash, trip, charge, charge, charge. It's amazing. It feels so good. Yeah, so suffice it to say, I think that if I need Steve bits, if there are parts of Steve that I require in the future, I will be logging on with the big sword strapped to my back. Because revolutionized the hunt experience for me. Steve feels fairly... Bear, I feel like most monsters feel free on HBG. Like, I was looking at your numbers when we were hunting Savage Omega on HBG, and it was like double the DPS of anybody else. It was kind of disgusting, actually. Want to try a different weapon. The first time I played Charge Blade, I became... There are a lot of Charge Blade enthusiasts here. So when I eventually enter the Charge Blade training arc, I will be in good hands. And I see a lot of people recommending Hammer as well. So I gave Hammer a really shoddy try, like really rudimentary stuff. Like, didn't even know I could charge. Like, sub 10 hours into the game, I did do a couple of hunts on Hammer. And it didn't... I don't think I was awful with the weapon. I don't think I demonstrated any great aptitude for the weapon. It didn't, like, give my brain, like, the tingly feeling. But it's my understanding that Hammer has since been buffed. And I see a lot of people who are like, hey, if you want to get better with offset, leave Greatsword behind. Pick up the Hammer. Let Olivia guide you. And I'm interested to learn more about that. Gotten a big buff. Really? Okay, so the buff for Hammer would have dropped, like, Title Update 2-ish? Hammer has 3 different offsets. What are you talking about? Clarification required. Yeah, extrapolate. Ish. Ish. What do you mean? I think Joe Katz has done a silly guide to most weapons. I've seen the Greatsword one. I laughed. That was fun. Oh, this is fun. Speaking of other Monster Hunter creators, tomorrow, I believe it's tomorrow the 24th. Tomorrow is the 24th. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific, there is going to be a community Monster Hunter content creator showcase organized by members of the community featuring other creators called the Hunter Awards. And that's going to be streamed on Rurikon's channel, which we have been nominated for one of the categories, which I think is bananas. But it looks like it's going to be a true celebration of a lot of different enthusiastic and talented creators, streamers, YouTubers, cosplayers, artists. There's a lot of different groups that are being recognized. Some of those names you will probably recognize. I think Uno Hunter has been nominated for one of them. I think Oceana's has as well. So some of those bigger names you will probably already know of, but there are also maybe some creators that you've never heard of before. And it would be really cool if you wanted to check out their work because I think it all seems really nice. I don't think I will be able to co-stream the event. I have an appointment tomorrow morning right before stream, which is I might try to reschedule it. Don't hold me to anything. I can't promise anything, but I might try. But if you are interested in watching, I would encourage you to drop by because it looks like it's going to be a really, really, really neat experience. Just like a wonderful showcase of a lot of different creators within the Monster Hunter community. I feel like there's going to be a lot of passion and a lot of talent on display. So fully endorsed. Check it out. You should do that. Hi, Marco. Marco will be there also. You're a judge though, right? I feel like I got caught with like my hand in the cookie jar. I'm like talking about this thing and then someone involved in the planning of the thing is like, oh yeah, that'll be a good time. And I'm just like I'm doing like the Bigfoot. Presenter. Yeah, it'll be a really, really good time. And that's something that I have I've really enjoyed about my time in the months. Like, obviously, if you're a veteran, a lot of these people and a lot of their content and a lot of the things they create like are like you know them, but being able to discover these people in real time for me has been super fun. So even if I can't necessarily like keep up to date with a lot of the things they create because I want to do stuff spoiler free when we get to World later this year and maybe for you at some point, but Rise Break Wet. Listen, I gotta do World first. And then maybe for you, because I want to see more. For you has my heart, but I think World is more accessible from a community perspective.
I'll handle the rubies.
Hey, thanks so much for the cheer. I appreciate it. I do have the focus. Yeah, we've got it's a pretty decent greatsword build, I think. Like, is it optimized? Almost certainly not. Is it acceptable for learning purposes? Yeah, I think it's probably above average, but we've got focus, we've got agitator, we've got maximum might, which has been a fun skill for me to learn. I assumed every weapon would deplete stamina in the same way that dual blades do. Not so. So it's been kind of fun not having to worry about that. I think we've got, I actually think somebody said Wex may not be great for Greatsword. We might have swapped that off for something else. I know we got rid of Burst. Like it's definitely like nothing to like sneer at. It's like, could it be better? Sure. But it's like perfectly adequate also for learning purposes. So wow, this is my first Mon Hun game. It's been so great to just go. It has been. It really has been. It's been quite the adventure. Yes, suffice it to say. 1 point of Wex is probably fine. Yeah, no, we definitely didn't want Burst. So, and it's interesting too because I think right now I'm not getting Burst from decos. I think it's baked
I'll
into
handle
the armor skills that we've upgraded. So if we want to fully get rid of them, then we have to upgrade new armor. Do you know what it takes to upgrade armor? Ooh, Zenny. Oh, do you know what I have a frightening lack of in my life? Oh, Zenny. We're broke. Yeah. We're broke. We have no money. But that's why we do pack hunts. So it's good. It's good. But so that's what I'm thinking for today. Maybe SNS, maybe Bow. Some people have started to give me a really compelling argument for Hammer, actually. So Hammer might be like the secret third choice instead of Longsword. Cause I don't think Longsword can like offset, counter. I don't think it has any guard mechanic at all. I think it's just cool sword stuff. So if we want to try to continue like the theme, and obviously it's like, yeah, I know Bow can't do that either, but we've got like the perfect deck. So it kind of is adjacent. If we want to stick with like working on the guard mechanics that Greatsword has introduced, I feel like maybe SNS or Hammer. Even though I'm dog ass at offsets. Yeah, they call them offsets because I can't pull them off. Okay, even by my standards, that was a really bad pun. Like even by my standards, that was really like boo hiss bottom of the barrel. I did like it though, so I hope you guys did also. Has its own special defense. Wait, Longsword has a special thing? Wait, what? Longsword can counter? Uno, hi, how are you? We were literally just talking about Hunting Horn like maybe 10 minutes ago. I don't know if I'll get to Hunting Horn before Arch-Tempered Arkfell drops, but I will learn it, and it is on the list. I feel like there's two different routes I could take as far as Hunting Horn goes, and I say this knowing that in most other games I play, I occupy something of a support role. We're either gonna try Hunting Horn, and it's gonna my natural IRL music debuff is going to proc. I have no sense of rhythm. I don't like. It's not accurate to say that I play guitar. I own a guitar. I have been known to like hold a guitar. Do I play it? Well, let's not be too hasty here. Let's not make exaggerated claims. And I could just feel like really ineffective, and my bubbles could go down in all of like the worst spots, and I could just be like a loser and a buffoon and a moron and be so embarrassed I put the weapon away and never play it again. Alternatively, it could tickle the control freak part of my brain that pops when I heal in MMOs, which is I am a saint and you should pray to me. I'm going to keep you alive. You owe me everything. You owe me your life. You are my puppet. Get on the field and dance because I'm pulling your strings. Have some health. Have a shield. Do it. Do the thing that I'm making you do. I am the reason you're doing anything at all. All of your damage, that's my damage, actually. That's secretly mine. You think you're so cool. You're alive because I allow you to be alive. Do the thing. Dance. Dance for me. And if that happens, if it tickles that part of my brain, I will ascend to some kind of like really toxic nirvana and then never touch another weapon again. So it could go one of two ways, I feel. Are you going to rescue me into danger? I rescue people when they're in danger. I don't have to most of the time. So sometimes it's actually really difficult to rescue. I'm like watching the Dragoon backflip into the AoE and I'm like, ooh, not the way, man. So that's just SNS wide range. Are you serious? That's SNS. That's more SNS than Hunting Horn. I do that with all the healer hubris directed at the enemies trying to kill my guys. Isn't SNS also the weapon that you can do mushroom stuff with? Great support hunter set. Yes. Okay. All right. You think these buffs are for you? With these buffs, I become God. I am become death. For Hunting Horn, timing doesn't matter. It's just the order you press. Oh, interesting. I assumed that like creating the melodies was like time sensitive, like a fighting game combo. Like you gotta hit the buttons in the right order in a certain amount of time, or you fuck up your rhythm. Pretty sure you can do wide range and mushroom answer with anything. I think that you can, but I think it's also potentially most effective on SNS. Hunting Horn is like I'm buffing myself, but you happen to be near me, so I'm sharing. Okay. And because of like the musical element to Hunting Horn, when you play your song, you get a little riff from the monster theme of the weapon that you're using, right? So I could just be hearing like Jin organ sometimes while playing hunting horn. What kind of skills does horn need? Very dangerous question to ask, because that's how you know I'm like starting to get kind of serious about it. I don't think I have any armor that will synergize with horn right now, which is part of the reason I'm putting off learning it. I need money. But like, I'm just curious. Some horns use map things, others use jingles. You're doing your first Wilds playthrough? I hope you love it. I completely fell in love with Wilds. I think it's a fantastic game. Mainly Horn Maestro. SNS has jumpy attacks. You get maximum mounts. And focus attacks open wounds quicker than other weapons. Really? Sonorous, KO, Agitator, Max Might, Evade Extender, maybe Slugger. Slugger is good for exhaustion, right? I keep getting Slugger on talismans that I want to use for a dual blade set, and I'm like, this is not helping me, Capcom. Thank you. Sonorous is a Horn Maestro. Okay, everything else is just up to you, depending on how you want to personalize the weapon for your own taste. Give me a second. Shit, I gotta find a new page. Hang on. This is nice! I've been writing in my notebook upside down. That's super fun. Not like it matters, I guess, because the notebook is totally full. Yeah, this'll be fine. This'll work. We'll write over blue ink with pink ink, and that's how we'll know this is a contemporary note. There is a great word that escapes me that is specifically that specifically means like the writing that you do over writing of another kind. Does anybody know what word I'm talking about? Ooh, it's such a fancy word. It's on the tip of my tongue. Palimpsest! It's palimpsest, which is fun to say. So if you were not familiar with this word, I am happy to share it with you. Palimpsest, which is the term for a document or surface where older text has been recorded over. The notebook, but I said I would get a new notebook definitely before we start World. Anything else is a bonus. I have one in one of the tabs. I have 7 different browser windows open at any given time, and each of them have between 20 and 30 tabs. And in one of those, there is a notebook I've picked out, but I can't find it because of all of the tabs. It's vital information. I'll read it eventually. It's so important it just be open all of the time so I can recall it at any moment. Even though most of them have probably been there for months. Vital information. Okay, so that was people said Horn Maestro, people said KO, people said Slugger, Evade. I saw Evade Extender, I saw Max Might. So Evade Extender is useful even on weapons that do not have a perfect dodge mechanic. Because I believe even when we were trying out Switch Axe, some people recommended Evade Extender for that weapon as well. And obviously I use that a lot with my dual blade builds, but that's because I want to get the buff. Pact of the Tome Warlock. Yeah. That's me. I'm a Pact of the Tome Warlock, but I'm carrying a backpack just filled with dozens of heavy books, and I'm like all hunched over like this all the time. Evade Extender just gives you more iframes, period. Max Might is usually a cherry on top unless you're building for crit. All right. It's just comfy. Just a bit more margin for error while learning. Okay. And Evade Extender is arguably more useful for weapons without dodges that give you iframes and invuln. That makes more sense. Because not getting hit is nice. Thanks! I am having a great day, Maya. I hope you are as well. Okay, so it's going to be for horn stuff. All right. That's really tempting. That's really, really tempting. Evade Extender is the comfiest skill in the game. I was slotted in every build, even at the cost of damage. I really like having Evade Extender. I think in my current dual blade set, I don't have it on at all. But I've got, I think, a full stack of latent power, which gives me stamina regen. That just feels really comfortable to have. Like I was trying to like really optimize my dual blade set, and I was following a guide that like didn't have any kind of that I'm had very little margin for misplay, and I was just getting beat to fucking shit. I had like minus 12 fire resistance in God. I was burning all the time, and I was just having a really bad go of it. And I shared the build with the community, and they were like, try swapping this for latent power. And I went, okay, game changer. Like having latent power in there made everything feel so much more comfortable. And it's really weird because after we did some hunts on Switch Axe and after we did some hunts on Greatsword, I went back to GOG on dual blades because I don't want to grind out Gogmazios on a weapon I'm not good at, right? And I actually feel like I was doing way better than before. Like maybe just sort of like opening up my brain to recognizing other windows or other openings that those weapons could exploit also provided a measurable benefit to recognizing them with dual blades. I don't know. It was cool. Also, aliens, thank you so much for those 5 gifted subs. I appreciate you. Sounds like I want to do all the things. I do. I want to do all the things. I just want to do all the things. So, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys a poll. YouTube, I regret to inform you, I can't make a poll on YouTube, so this will just be for the Twitch crowd. YouTube, I straight up do not have the ability. There is YouTube, that API, to my knowledge, does not exist. So I regret to exclude you in this way. My hands are somewhat tied. I'm gonna make y'all a poll. And this is why you swap. I try to make the experience as equitable and enjoyable for YouTube folks as they are for Twitch folks. Like YouTube members can also join in to like off like the stream hunts and community stuff if they're on the Discord. But little tiny quality of life stuff like polls when we run them, that is not cross-platform, unfortunately. But YouTube does have a poll. Wait, seriously? No shit. How long has that been here? Okay, well, maybe I am a degenerate and a fraud. Hunting horn all the way. Well, I am a little tempted, but I also know that there are some people in the community that would really, 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 really like to be there when I learn horn, and I don't think we have them today. So, and horn can't like offset or guard. Like I'm just like sexy saxophoning in the arena. That's my whole thing, right? Hey Kubrick, welcome in. Charge blade scratches an itch you never needed. You never knew you needed scratching. We'll get there. Probably closer to like the end of February, but we will get there. Some horns can offset. Kind of. Okay. Is it fucked up in the same way that like HBG can also offset and Insect Glaive can offset, but it's like weird? It's an offset melody. Do you have to play the song to offset? It's not like a move that you click. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Oh my gosh. It is another kind of fucked up offset. But a bit easier than those two.
Good.
You play the melody, but it stores for later use. Okay, so... Okay, interesting. So as long as I input the combo, it like, the game knows that I've done it, and then I can cash it in at any point later on, and I get my offset, and then I have to play my offset song again, and then I can go back to playing other songs, or like Careless Whispering, whatever's making me happy, and then if I see an opening, I can go offset, and it just works. You write the sheet music, you hit play, you do a cool flip. That is cool, actually. I like that a lot. Especially since it seems like My biggest issue with offset on greatsword is understanding when to start the charge, because it's like, obviously if a monster goes like this, it's like, okay, yeah, I want to dodge before I get flattened by the big monster foot. But if I don't have a great understanding of like, okay, the monster starts lifting his foot here, 3 seconds later the stomp happens. If I don't have that, like, I see the foot and I start the charge, and if it's like really fast, then I eat shit. And if it's slower, then I offset, and then the foot comes down and I eat shit again. So having like doing the melody and then having the offset and then having the ability to just be like, and like do it, maybe sounds like it could have a lot of potential. Me music, me happy. Music happy, monster dead. Monster dead, me play music, me happy. Essentially, yes. The offset melody is stored separately from the general song list. Hornmains are hammermains that went to art school. If you wind it up between the monsters combos, you can sit with it primed for like 2 business days, and then it's a matter of use offset when attack. That's kind of nice. Legato, yeah, I'd agree with that. And that's a weakness I was talking about when we first started stream. It's like learning greatsword has made it very obvious. Like, my reaction timing is like pretty great, actually, as far as like perfect guard or perfect dodge. But my prediction for monster behavior, terrible. Dawn, thank you so much for subscribing. And it would become really obvious in group hunts where like someone would like break a wound and knock the monster down, and they'd be on their side, like moving their legs, like, oh no, I've fallen and I can't get up. And then they would get up and they would stand there for a second or two, and I'd be like, okay, perfect. Monster's up. He's gonna be real pissed off. He's gonna do a thing. Start charging my offset. Hunk, 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 hooah! Monster just stands there. I offset them straight in the face. They look at me, they go, bitch, and then they hit me instead. Like, my timing of when monsters do what, how far between recovery and retaliation, speed comes into it for sure. Some of the monsters are faster or slower than I would expect. Like, all of that needs a lot of polishing. But Hunting Horn and Hammer players are basically older and younger siblings. Once you use the melody, you can hold it to delay it slightly, like with Hammer or Greatsword. Some horns can heal. Some monsters, yes, most definitely. I can definitely sense that. Like, some are there specifically to like fuck with the pattern, which I can kind of appreciate as a former Dark Souls streamer. Like a move designed to like roll catch you if you panic and try to get away, or a specific move that like the boss only does if you're a certain distance away from it, to try to like fuck you for playing safe. I think they're really neat, but I've never been in a position in Monster Hunter specifically to need to like recognize and learn and then like overcome those techniques, because I've always just been like, can't touch me, I'm somersault, can't get me, I'm quick, I'm fast, I have 2 swords, I'm so cool. But they can get me. Yes, they want to get me. They are succeeding at getting me. I have been Goddard. The got is real. So I love Hammer because I hate meters and short. I've come to realize that like certain hand positions on the controller are not comfortable for me to hold for extended periods of time. And that's something that I found out with switch axe, because there's like the bread and butter switch axe move where you need to like hold right trigger and YB simultaneously. And once you've started the charging, you can just hold down the trigger. But like having to do this and like clench up like this, like you can watch my arm like hulk out, is really uncomfortable. And to like a similar degree, it's like needing to like repeatedly charge greatsword with just like my thumb would get me like some tension in my wrist. And I'm assuming some of that is like just like shit ergonomics, or like maybe I'm holding harder than I need to. Maybe because I am a panic clencher. Like, you can watch me, I panic clench. I've thought for a long time, especially as we talk about insect glaive, maybe getting a controller with like back paddles, so I don't need to do like like weird fucked up hand stuff.
I won.
But I don't know. Bear, thank you so much for gifting that stuff out to Uno. I really appreciate that. But we'll see, laws. That I want to be, and people were telling me that there are different play styles for like greatsword specifically. It's like, yeah, you can, if you want, you can be the offset god. You can play like that. You can farm the monster for offsets. That's an option. Or people were telling me there's a slightly more mobile variation where you can stack crit draw and then when like sheath your weapon and pull it out and then like wide swing and then like charge, tackle, and then like do a third one or something. Like there was a flow to it that I didn't fully understand, but like I had the general idea and then like put it away and run and then like pull it back out and do it all over again. And when I was fumbling the offset strat, people were gently guiding me. They were like, crit draw is a thing. And I swear to God, I was like, no, I don't want to be the crit draw player. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I want. I want to be the fuck you. I'm going to rotate you. I'm going to grab you by the snout. I'm going to put you on the ground and put my sword in your mouth. That's what I want. That's the kind of greatsword player I want to be. So, Yeah, hit and run. Exactly. But, Duck, so when you play greatsword, do you like crit draw? Because it seemed really viable, but I so badly wanted to become more adept and proficient at offset specifically. Resonance horn, what is that? Fun way to play, but quite repetitive. I like that it lets you play the weapon without, if you have not yet built that foundational understanding of like predicting monster patterns. So I appreciate that the option is there. And that is something that it took me a really, really long time to understand. I didn't pay any attention to build crafting in Monster Hunter until well after high rank. I don't think I actually like sat down and made a special gaming set that I actually like paid attention to and tried to like put together thoughtfully until Arch-Tempered Raid Dow came out. Like, because it felt overwhelming with the decos and the way that skills can synergize, and we've come a long way from that. And I something that I noticed when we were playing Switch Axe and Greatsword and experimenting with those, I've started to like synergize connections on my own, which feels really good because I've started to develop like a broad awareness of the different skills that you can bring in. So like we would be talking about Greatsword and I'd be like, hey, it's like, would like Max Might be a good skill here? And people would be like, yeah. And I'd be like, yes. And like I had that thought for myself. It didn't need to be spoon fed to me. So it's really cool to see me like grow and evolve in that way. But oh fuck, I was going somewhere with this. Ah shit. Why did I start talking about this? I was talking about crit draw. Yeah. So I appreciate that, like, if you want to play Greatsword, you can still play Greatsword, and you can still play Greatsword effectively, even if you haven't mastered all of like the window openings or timings for the specific monster that you're hunting. I think that's really cool. I think that makes it more versatile, more flexible, especially if you were like a new hunter like me, or maybe someone who has never had experience with Greatsword before. Like, I like that you can play it without needing to be perfect. Unfortunately, I want to be perfect. So what can be done? Yeah, again, there is no medication for the sickness I have. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a break in the next couple of minutes, and I'll get the game started. I'll get the lobby code posted on Discord for Twitch subs and YouTube members if y'all want to join. I imagine we'll warm up with a GOG, and a GOG I will do on dual blades. I need my daily GOG. I haven't hunted GOG in like 4 days. I could have gotten a Warforged Dragon Gem every day for 4 days, and then I wouldn't need any more. But I was too busy. So I get a GOG. It's what I deserve. It's streamer privilege. I get a GOG. And then I will put up a poll when we're actually like in the game, and I'll give you guys weapon choices. And I'm really tempted by Horn, but I know that would be courting disaster right now, I think. So I'm pretty sure our 3 options are going to be SNS, bow, or hammer. I've seen a lot of people talk about hammer offsets. Good. A lot of people talk about how much better hammer feels now that it's been buffed. We have no experience with hammer post buff. That could be kind of fun. That's a weapon that has an offset. I don't know if hammer can guard, but I'm pretty sure. Apparently it has 3 offsets. What crazy stuff. And maybe if I feel like an insane person, I'll add a secret fourth option for horn. But I feel like I'm not locked in for that today. Like I'm kind of sleepy, kind of snoozy. I don't feel like I am at like the apex of my potential. And I feel like for hunting horn, I'd really want to be. So maybe we do a weapon that seems slightly more straightforward. It's gonna happen. I really like trying them out to see what feels good, because they all have a very different feel to them, and something that doesn't feel great to me as a player, I think it's really fun to just like imagine how it could feel really good for someone else. Like learning what people like about their main weapons, learning like because again, it's all neuron tickling. So it's really fun. For me, I think definitely my two favorite weapons are still dual blades and switch axe, or dual blades and lance. What kind of slip was that? The universe telling me to go back to switch axe. Universe says, "Ooh, you want to try again? It's faster than greatsword. You can still offset." Ooh. I just really like lance, that also probably deserves like a proper return, because for a while it was my secondary weapon for a while, but I ran out of money and materials to maintain a set for it. So I don't think I have any lance stuff above like rarity 5. So we should, yeah, at some point we'll also need to dip our toes back into lance. Maybe when we're, oh, this is interesting. Heaven's Door, what weapons can guard? Greatsword, SNS, lance, charge blade, switch axe. No, switch axe can only counter, no guard. HBG. Okay. Maybe we'll swap back to lance after SNS, but before HBG and charge blade. Gun lance also. No way. Okay. SNS, greatsword, gun lance, charge blade, lance, heavy bow gun. Yeah. So if we tried SNS today, I would feel comfortable being like, okay, let's do lance next week maybe, and compare some of those weapons that can guard before I give myself over to HBG or charge blade. Interesting. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. This is where we're going to take our first break. I will get the lobby set up and post the code on Discord, and we'll get in. We'll start hunting. Give me a GOG. I deserve a GOG. And then I'll put up a poll and we'll figure out what weapon we're doing today. Yeah? Okay. I love you guys. Enjoy the music, and I will see you in a couple of minutes. Hey everybody, welcome back. Do we see? Do we hear? Good. Trico, so we are torn between SNS, hammer, or bow, with like maybe a secret wild card option of hunting horn, but I really do feel like hunting horn would be an overwhelming option for today. And I think I'm personally kind of leaning towards SNS because it can do everything I was trying to master on Greatsword, but faster. And by removing the offset mechanic, maybe it gives me a more opportunity to learn the openings. Because I was really bad at the offsets, which was frustrating to me because I wanted to be good at the offsets. So SNS would just kind of like remove that and give me more block and maybe a little bit more mobility. And then maybe as my familiarity with monsters and their responses and their timing and their windows and their combat loop increases, maybe we can swap back and sacrifice speed for the golf swing. It's an option. But let me get my bounties and stuff. We will be starting with Gog on a weapon that I am extremely proficient in because I am many things, and frequently I have been known to bite off more than I can chew, and I love when the odds are stacked against me, and I love persevering in the face of adversity. However, of the things that I am, wildly competitive among them, stupid is not, and I don't necessarily want to hunt an Elder Dragon on a weapon that I'm just like, I'm looking at for the first time. I'm like, yeah, how hard can it be? No. We will not force our fellow hunters to suffer in that way. I will not be the leaden anchor or the albatross around the necks of my hunting party. So I'm going to warm up on a Gog, and then I'll put up the poll for what weapon we use, and we'll start doing some new stuff. It actually looks like I might be in my Gog set already, which would be great. I like the smiley face next to Shockproof. We are polite. We are considerate. A very, very courteous hunter. Yeah, that's for me. Hey, Vara, we're doing pretty well. First drip. So, I was trying to put together a set for, like, an armor set for Greatsword that really synergized visually with True Shadowbringer. And I really don't think I was successful. Like, I never ended up with something I was really happy with. I had the Gore Mail on for a little while. I really, really liked Arc Vulcan with a different waist piece, not Lalabarina. But if this would be perfect to me if the braid hanging over the left shoulder were shorter. But otherwise, it's like, I think I was using this and Balahara. Hang on. And I think the armor itself was black and just the fur was red. But I was like, I couldn't find anything I was like really happy with. There was a lot of potential, but it was nothing I was really like, yeah, I think this might have been what I was working with actually. Because it's like asymmetrical, balanced on one side, but nothing was really, I don't know. You're my favorite Monster Hunter streamer. Eric, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate your kind words as well. I'm just here to be silly online and have a good time. That's great, and if we can all have a good time together, even better. So this was like kind of the vibe I was going with, but I don't know. Nothing really, because I like Tummy, right? So it's hard for me to do a fully armored set because I wish to ogle and objectify. I want to leer pervertedly at the object of my self-insert. Like, I should be able to do that. That should be a freebie for me. But this braid bit is like killing me. I wish it were shorter. And I don't really think there's a similar piece. Because we could do, you know, obviously the Guardian Arcveld, but that comes with the glowing tattoos, and there's not really a way around that. And like trying to make them less visible kind of fucks with the dye channels in a way that's not necessarily super satisfying. It's tough. Let me see, where is Arcveld? Guardian Arcveld, hold on. Yeah, see, like, it's not the same. But like, I think that's the silhouette I would want. I don't know. There's no pleasing me. I'm never happy. I'm never satisfied. Let's make this black. Yeah, that's better. So this was my Shadowbringers glam. For the greatsword, anyway. Ah, fuck. I'll roll into GOG with it. Have I tried Lance? Yes. So Lance was the first secondary weapon that I was really like, ooh, over. I was inspired to try Lance when we got to high rank after the Gormagala hunt because Fabius hunted with us and he was so cool and he made Lance look so good and we tried Lance and I really, really, really liked it. And I think that's probably like my second favorite weapon that I have experienced so far. But I also know that
The rubies.
although we played it and although it had the most like screen time of any weapon we attempted to learn, I was passable, but I could fine tune it. Like there were people saying that there were buttons I could have been pressing for like a better counter, I think, after I guarded that I wasn't doing. In the same way that like when we were first learning Greatsword, I ignored the shoulder tackle mechanic and people were like, hey, Crow, you gotta like, you gotta hit the button, man. It's not option, like you have to press the button. So even though I think I'm like decent with Lance, there is a part of me that does want to go back to it. I might not do that on stream since, you know, I've already tried it, but I do believe that there is still skill to learn there. So, hey, Lone Star, what's up? Fancy seeing you here again. Oh, Atomic, thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day. But, so yeah, that's my... and I hope I'm not like misrepresenting myself when I say like, yeah, I'm gonna learn a new weapon, Greatsword. Because it's like, yeah, I did try Greatsword for like 3 hunts, 8 hours into the game. And I was not good at it. Same with Longsword, 1 hunt. So it's like, but I still think there's a lot to learn because I just kind of like fumbled around. I was just like waving my sword without any particular thought or attention or care. So I hope no one feels like they've been bamboozled. Like streamers said they're gonna learn a new weapon, but this is a weapon they tried. And I was like, yeah, but I was bad at it. I was shit. There's gotta be some wiggle room here. Yeah, I'm gonna do a GOG. I'm gonna put up a GOG hunt, and then I'll put up the poll. Everyone stands. I love seeing everyone. It makes me so happy. And then after GOG, I probably won't get a gem, and that's okay. I say like miserably coping to myself. But after that, yeah, I'm leaning towards SNS, but I will let chat guide me. And I have to say, I'm curious as to like the outpouring of support for Hammer, because I didn't remember seeing so many like vocally passionate Hammer users when we first started playing the game. Maybe the buff has just like changed the weapon for the better. Maybe there's just like more eyes on it now. I don't know. Hammer had never really been at the top. I only knew one person who mained Hammer. But I've seen a lot of love for Hammer in today's weapon discussion in particular, so... Okay, where are my drugs? Let's restock.
Got everything you need, dear?
No, not Omega. Well, we'll need to do Omega eventually, because I'm gonna need, more nodules to transcend that weapon. But, you know, what I also need to transcend weapon? Money! So, one thing at a fucking time. What am I doing? Armor? It is not an open lobby, but I post the lobby code on Discord so Twitch subs and YouTube members can join. I tried doing open lobbies for a while when we first started streaming Monster Hunter, and I know that's what's like most common for other creators. But then I started getting people joining with like swastikas in their name and shit, and you know what? Nah, so it has to be gate kept now, unfortunately. But I feel like that's all right. So... This fucking Sild glam behind me is absolutely hilarious. Is that Sild and the Guardian Sacred Waste? I've never seen these pieces combined. Live by the hammer and die by the hammer. Really? Alright,
We received supplies.
I'm on Dragon. Okay, better. Now, hopefully, since I've been away from this fight for a little bit, I won't be like absolute and complete utter ass, but...
Struggle to dislodge the cannonness they withstand. Let's start by softening up that monster's hide. Sneak attack.
Yeah, well, I think it's more so that like unknown people see the opportunity to create like disruption and they just take it. But ultimately, I would just kind of like to like not have that around, you know? That was too early. So there's a little bit of warming up that we're doing, but hopefully it won't be like completely untenable.
Softened up now.
And thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. Well, mate, I love Bob's little face. I so badly want to know more about like the design inspiration because, like, especially since. Hold on, I gotta heal. Capcom pays a lot of attention to their creature design. And I honestly think as a franchise, Monster Hunter is probably like one of the best to ever do it. So they don't just put things there because they think it'll be funny. Like it probably serves some kind of like purpose for this monster's biology. So why he have a face there? Like I so badly want to know. Bye, Dapper. I hope your shift at the wage cage is an easy one. All right, stop trying to bite me, dog. Okay, good heal.
Your compact anti-wyvern guns are exposed. Use them if you can.
Dude, this is like the 4th time he's just fucking bit me. Also, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. I will probably need to adjust my own volume. The game for me is a little quiet right now. But, we'll probably need to wait for the phase 2 to 3 transition. Already? Someone is doing fat damage to this dragon. It is not me, but somebody is.
We can hit its back now.
You're a lot better than yeah, Myron, like that's something that's been really satisfying to me to witness because like we were an enthusiastic player, but we were not particularly skilled, and it's been really fun learning the nuances and complexities of the game as we go and becoming more and more comfortable. That seeing the improvement in real time is really satisfying. Yeah. Oh, yo, we have Bear in the chat. Yeah, it's the HBG user. Almost certainly, like without a doubt. I'm on fire. Yes, Archaea, we have the Discord link available through a chatbot command. The chatbot is broken on YouTube for right now. I have not been able to code a solution, and I'm really sorry. Coding makes me want to gouge out my own eyes. So I have been putting that off because I simply dread the task. I will fix it, I promise. But right now, it's only redeemable on Twitch, unfortunately. I don't know how software engineers do it, man. I sit at the computer, I look at a JSON, I'm just like, hey, I wish I were dead. When I make those types of comments to my software engineer friends, they're like, no, yeah, that's it. Yeah, yes, we don't feel any different. I'm just like, oh, okay. Nexus connected, camera's looking good. I like the GOG armor. I think it has a lot of like situational potential. I don't think it's necessarily very broadly applicable, especially not for the type of slams that I would like to do. To me, it reminds me a lot of like something I've seen in Kingdom Hearts. So I think it's a fun design. Is it versatile? No, probably not, but I think it has some really special use case. That could be exploited. Wow, my stamina feels fantastic. I'm gonna assume that's hunting horn, baby. Putting in JSON right now. Yeah, I made this joke when I was learning to code the bot, but it's like the only JSON I ever want to hear about is Derulo. Like, I do not enjoy code at all. It's just the worst. We are making incredible time. I used the lucky voucher, right? I think I did. I feel like that's become like autopilot. I take this. Gimme. Nice. Okay, so now I've got that for the future. Hax Coaster, yes. We will be playing World. I'm tentatively scheduling it for definitely after Arch-Tempered Arkveld and also after we've beaten Silksong.
This is a good time to
So
gear up.
I'm thinking mid-March, maybe? Maybe April at the latest. I guess it does kind of depend on how much Silksong content we have left. I don't think there's 2 months of the game left. If there is 2 months of the game, I don't think there's 3. So yeah, I think World is going to be a really special experience. We've had a lot of people say that they're really excited to see me take that journey, that they're really excited to like join in. Like a lot of people who are like, yes, I would reinstall this game and I would hunt with you, which makes me really happy to hear. Because when I was discussing it with the community, that was one of the challenges that we would have had to have navigated if I started with For You. Like getting other community members into the hunt, because the multiplayer experience really does elevate the game for me. But when we were talking about it, it's like, oh, it might be kind of tricky. It wouldn't be as accessible as World. So I think that's where we're going to start. I totally thought I could roll onto that rock. No, that is not rollable rock for me. I'm healing.
Yes, gotcha.
Cover YouTube to Twitch, and yes, the lobby code is posted in the Monster Hunter thread in the Play Together channel. And it should be like the most recent message. If not, the mod will probably pinned it. But feel free to get in. He spin. God thinks he's a ballerina. Enough with your pirouettes, foul reptile! Does he count as a reptile? I feel like maybe not, actually. You know what? I'm gonna do tail stuff. Several monsters on World's roster that I'm... Yes! And that was also, like, part of the draw. Because for me, I was really interested in For You because I want to see more of Fabius. I want to see Little Mist! I want to see Gore! Gog, I think, was also introduced in For You. Like, I think that those would all be, like, really special introductions to see. Because in a lot of ways, Wild feels like a spiritual successor to For You's legacy, which I think is really neat. I'm on fire. But there's also like the factor that I've been introduced to monsters that would show up in For You already, but the only monsters in Wilds that would be in World are Anjanath and Odogaron. So we'd be seeing a lot of new monsters, a lot of different monsters.
Time to go on the offensive.
Oh shit, I'm in Yap mode, so I feel like I need to apologize to my party for not doing a lot of DPS. But I think probably the heavy bowgun user is compensating for me. So I think ultimately it's probably gonna even out just fine. Haha! Yeah! Where's Fabius? Nice. Well done, everybody. I really want to cut off his tail. I think that we can. He's back in the sky.
I'm using the compact anti-wyvern gun. Attacking with everything
I
you have.
I didn't mean to shoot him right in the butt, but like I guess any port in a storm, as it were.
Hear my horns roar. Echo the Volscout.
I think we'll have him. And we got the tail. Oh, I didn't eat. Oh shoot, I hope I brought Carver. Oh no! Oh man, I might have brought Kunafa. Cause that's what I had on when I was doing great sword stuff. Shoot, well, we'll get what we get and we won't throw a fit. And he's almost dead. Yeah, I think I can eat the DPS loss. Thanks for the wide range. We got him! He died in a way I didn't expect. Like, ordinarily he, like, rears up, but it felt like he, like, collapsed on us. I thought I got stepped on. I thought I had carded. I might need the money quest, but if I join the money quest, I wanna do it, especially if it's, Kutku or Doshaguma. I wanna do it on the weapon we're gonna be learning today. Please tell me I have Carver. That's okay. Maybe... since we have Lucky with the Kunafa meal, we'll get one... Oh, I do have Carver! Ha-ha! Okay. And I got a gem. I was coping. I was like, maybe with Lucky we'll get one as a crest reward and it'll double and we'll actually get two. Streamer luck, not even. How many? I think I've hunted 40 Gogs and I still need now 3 more War-Torn Gemma. Yeah, for obvious reasons, I don't remember what I was talking about. 13 minutes? That might be my fastest GOG run ever. Bear, were you running funny number program? Because I bet you were crazy. Stamina thief. Got two slots of guard plus 2 slots of evade window and 1 of evade extender. That's kind of interesting. Also, Jamie, thank you for those 10 gifties. How are you? Slugger and heroics. No, sometimes, yes, streamer luck is real. However, how many Gogs have I hunted? How many Omegas did I have to hunt before I finally got all of the nodules I need? Hang on. Yeah, so I had to hunt almost 50 Omegas to get the nodules that I needed to craft both sets. And I've hunted 36 Gogmazios and I still need 3 gems. And that's not counting transcending stuff, I don't think. So... well earned, thank you for the cheer. I appreciate you. First time here at Gem. Meyer, it's you. You've brought the luck to me. Hey Roots, what's going on? Spent my day at work making an as realistic as possible master rank roster predict. Are people already trying to figure out what monsters the Wilds expansion might bring back? Are there any that seem really promising? And obviously it's like this is tough because I can't have those kinds of discussions. And I don't want to know about monsters I haven't seen. Like I want to be I want to experience that fresh for the first time. But that's fun. You've gotten 2 War-Torn and 6 GOG quests. Get out of my chat. Okay. Well, let me see. I think I can make the gloves now. So that'll be nice. Oh, I can transcend 2 of them. Or I can make the Blaganga gloves. Which will give to Victory Gesture plus Agitator and Maximum Might. Honestly, having Agitator and Maximum Might be nice. So we'll make one of the Van Braces.
A sage choice.
Watch this.
Just because it feels like the Gogma armor is widely applicable to a lot of different kinds of sets, and especially if we're going to be learning other weapons, we'll want as much at our disposal that we can call upon.
Elbows.
Right.
I might have to update some of my outfits for other people.
All right.
We'll keep Gemma in this because, the weather, like it's hot outside. I don't know. It has nothing to do with her assets. She likes birds. I don't know. We'll keep Gemma in this. I will probably put Eric back in the bonk. What's it called? Dreamspell Festival. However, but I think I might put Alma back in just like her winter clothes with her big scarf because she's cute. She's cute to me. Equip now? No.
Another satisfied customer.
Yeah, let me do some outfit switcheroos. Hold on. Yeah, it helps her smithing. You need the ventilation up here because smithing it's hot. The temperature is so high. Hey Decoris, what's up? Appearance. Yeah. Yeah. Nice! And then,
I have
Alma.
the strangest feeling I could go without a wink of sleep and be fine.
That's great to hear, because I'm going to keep you up all night. And then Alma. And I want to put you... Yes! She's bundled! She's warm. That's she's so cute. I love her so much. I keep waiting for them to do some kind of merch collab where they release, like, officially licensed versions of the handler jackets, because I want one so bad.
You'd be surprised how well designed this coat is.
I made it myself. That's a lie. JD, I was jealous. Yeah. It's like, what's that one? Yeah, keep kissing my handler, bro. I don't even care anymore. All right. Poll time. Yeah. Let's put up a poll. For what weapon we tackle. Sorry, hang on. It always gets weird when I need to tap out of the game. New poll. Question. What weapon? And we're gonna say SNS. We're gonna say hammer. And we're gonna say bow. And we'll make this a 1-minute vote. And I'll give you guys a moment or so to cast your ballots before I have to figure out what I'm doing. I should actually probably go back into the tent in preparation of making a brand new set. So yeah, and we'll register this and we'll get ready to save over it. So bonk time, you think so? Let me see. What's in the lead so far? Whoa! Wait, it's actually significantly more even than I expected? Also, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. I thought SNS would basically blow the competition away. In my head, I'd kind of already decided SNS was what we were going to do. But Hammer is winning by a lot. J-Dot, you have not missed Chargeblade. We just don't have Chargeblade on the docket for today. I imagine we'll give Chargeblade a shot closer to Archtempered Archfeld's drop. Also, oh my god, thank you for the super chat! Well, Hammer won!
Good.
We have 20 votes for Hammer and 15 apiece for SNS and Bow, which are tied. So I will go ahead and get us set up for for hammer. So I'm gonna need feedback on that. And remember, we're poor, so I don't necessarily have a lot of upgrading to do. Have I seen the HPG Wyvern Blast cluster bombs? What is that? Hammer's really fun? Okay. Let's see. Let's rename this. Since Hammer just won. And we should make a hammer first, I imagine. Since, yeah, my best hammer is currently rarity 5. So we should make a hammer. Reject humanity, return to bonk, concussion. Eric, I was also surprised Hammer won. I totally thought SNS would. But if we can always do SNS next week, or if I take to Hammer, if it's really straightforward, maybe we can do like 2 weapons in one stream, which is something I'd been kind of resistant to because I didn't think I'd be able to like give that weapon the attention it deserves if I cut the practice time in half. But let's see. So we'll start with the weapon, and then we'll move on to armor, and then I'll start doing some hunts. Recrave Le Bonk? So, for Hammer,
You can leave this to me.
what should I be looking at here? I'm assuming we probably want all 3 of them to be attack, sure. But paralysis? Burst? Oh, it's not burst. Oh, it actually might be called burst. Hang on. Blast. It's blast. Paralysis hammer is goated. You ready for an hour drive? Drive safe, Trico. Paralyze or dragon. I'd recommend the normal crafted parahammer to start. Paralysis locks down to get big bangs in. Let's do para. Let's do paralysis. I know some people have expressed concern that like in really high rank hunts, like 9-star tempered monsters or arch-tempered variants or like Gogmazios himself, status is not as particularly useful. But if I'm only going to be making one weapon, admittedly like a high tier weapon to figure out if I like the moveset at all, let's do something that gives me a little bit more flexibility to like get moves in. So let's do paralysis, which we had also done for greatsword. And I think I'm assuming we'll want all 3 of these to be attack. Warlike's blast, really? If you were only gonna do one, I'd do dragon. I've seen other people recommend dragon as well. Is that just because of its versatility in the end game? Because so many monsters seem to have a dragon weakness? Yes, all attack. Most monsters are weak to dragon. I think I might keep paralysis just for the training. I've got a lot of parts that we can use to craft another one. So if we give Hammer a shot and it feels really good. Great name, by the way. What is this? Motorvonkel. I like it. We can always make more. I don't think we've reached a point where we're going to be making so many Ardian weapons that we're like, fuck, I have no Ardian parts. I accidentally put poison on. Yeah, let's do paralysis. Because in my head, because so many different monsters are weak to dragon, I kind of only want to roll a dragon Ardian into a dragon Gogma if I know I'm actually going to be using that in high rank hunts. So we'll keep paralysis for the trial. Yeah, why not? Ardian hammers, unironically one of the best designs. Really? Dragon element just scales best. And it's like a very broad weakness. Yeah.
Can I proceed?
10,000. And I have almost 1,000,000 Zenny. Okay, maybe I have more money than I expected. Yeah, fast forward 10 minutes from now and I'll have like fucking 200k to my name and that's it. Yeah, we'll make this. And we will equip this as our primary weapon. And now we will upgrade. It will reinforce the Ardian.
Ardian, you say? I'm up for the challenge.
And I'm gonna, okay, so I'm gonna need more special rocks. Heaven's Door, I can get special rocks by going to its zoos and giving them other parts from other monsters, right? Dropping that shit into the Everforge. Buttery Leathercraft, here we come. I fucking hope not. Sorry, I accidentally like dropped something and it like rolled towards the edge of my desk. I had to pick it up. Artian hammer design is really cool. To me, that just looks all right, but I don't think I'm super into like really like futuristic, sort of like more mechanical designs. I don't know. But we'll reinforce this, and hopefully we get something passable. Affinity, sharpness, sharpness, attack, affinity. That's awful, but that's okay. Because I think even the worst Artian weapon is still better than, like, the best high-rank weapon. So it's not good, but we can fix that, maybe. And now let's make it GOG.
You can leave this to me.
So, what I'm assuming maybe here I would also want all 3 attack. Two sharpness ain't bad. On hammer, really? All attack? Yes, okay, see? My instinct was correct. 30,000! That's probably okay. Element might be good. Is that just because we're rolling paralysis? I experimented with Insect Glaive briefly, but I was not particularly skilled at it. It's a weapon I'd like to revisit. Yeah, now that I'm more comfortable with the game and the monsters, it's something that I want. I was under-leveled and under-familiar when we gave it a shot. So I would like, in sort of in the same way that I was not prepared for bow when we tried that. So I'd like to give it another shot, yeah. Yeah. Hammer just eats sharpness. That's so funny. How do you sharpen a hammer? 2 paralyzed procs no matter what. Yeah, we'll just do attack. With Leviathan's Fury and Flexible Leathercraft. Great. The Leathercraft curse continues. So, skill-wise, what would be something good to have on a hammer? Because I know for dual blade, you really want gore. Some people had said for switch axe, gore is also particularly viable. You sharpen the handle. That's so funny. KO, slugger, focus, evade extender. So, hang on. Focus. Oh, for charging. Because this is a chargy. Okay, hold on. Slugger makes a lot of sense, too. So if we could get, like, a Fulgur Anjanath, that would be good. I don't know if we're going to be that lucky. But I'll try to put a couple... I'll save here, and then I'll try to put a couple of rolls in to see if we can get something decent. Charge up, which is a single skill. People are saying Stamina Thief. Okay. But for weapon, some of those sound like they could be armor skills. For weapon, what are we looking at? Heartbreaker. Really? Always part of my hammer build. Okay. 3 attack, 1 sharpness. 5th slots of preference. I favor affinity, but I'll heavily consider attack. Alright. So maybe like 1 sharp, 3 attack, and a freebie on the other. Maybe anything, as long as it's not element, maybe. Those are all weapons. Yeah, but I mean, like, we can't get those on the Gogma weapons, can we? Like, I've never seen focus on a Gogma weapon. I've admitted I've never seen Gormagala's Tyranny and Lord Soul on a weapon either, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. But not bad if you put together an armor set with multiple 2-set bonuses. Okay. Stamina Surge, also a good option. Bludgeoner is alright. Alright, Heartbreaker, Bludgeoner. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save. And let's go gambling. Yeah, I mean, like, what should I be looking at for re-rolling the GOG weapons?
Another satisfied customer.
Where's my save button? There we go. Okay. Let's run a couple of upgrades and see if we can get anything better than what we have. I don't want to spend more than like 100,000 zenny for this, so hopefully it won't be too terribly expensive.
Ancient tech. I'll give it a go.
Let's do bonuses first and then move on to skills. If I could do like 1 sharpness, 1 affinity, 3 attack, I feel like that'd be really solid. So let's reset this entirely. I'm gonna need more special rock. That's okay.
Should I begin?
We'll probably have to make a little day trip to Azuz. Sorry, everybody. Hang on, let me close this poll. It's been open on my other tab for ages. Oh, it's only 5,000! Sharpness affinity, attack, sharpness element. No, I don't. It's like that's like the same. I don't want this. Give me a different one. Give me a better one.
Should I begin?
And I'll use the GOG parts because I know I'm gonna task manager the game. So 2 affinity, 1 sharp, 1 element. Yikes! Could I get some attack up in here?
Should I begin?
Affinity, sharpness, attack, element, attack. Can I get something without affinity? Hold on, this is our 4th roll.
Should I begin?
Diva is here. Attack, affinity. Yeah, so these rolls are just giving me like affinity and element and stuff. Song of One is playing at the Diva. Bet. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do then. While she sings this song, I'm gonna spend money trying to re-roll our skills. And then I'm going to task manager out of the game. I'll boot back in. We'll listen to Song of One, and then we'll finish the set building process. Sorry, Song of One is my favorite, so I want to hear it. I'll do one more.
A sage choice.
But it doesn't look like we're really... 2 affinity, 2 attack, 1 sharp. I guess that's not horrible. That's probably better than anything we've had so far. What do you guys think about this? Hang on. I think this was our 6th roll, I'm pretty sure. So I would need to go to Azuz and cash in some parts for rock because I don't want to spend Gogma stuff. Yeah, like is it awesome? No, but is it the best one I've had so far? Yes, I think. So we'll keep this. Bring my camera back. So we'll keep this. We will end up relaunching, but now we know that this is in the pipeline. And what about skills? Let's see. I'll do like 5 or 6 of these too. Oh, okay. Sorry, I misread that. I thought it gave me Lord's Soul, and so we just got Gogmapocalypse and Lord's Fury. Let's keep. I'll switch to this, but let's keep rolling a little bit.
Can I proceed?
That's New Udra's Mutiny and Lord's Fury. And Resentment is damage while there's red recoverable health? No.
Can I proceed?
Guardian Arkfeld's Vitality and Guardian's Pulse. Well, that might be good if we're doing stuff with Heartbreaker. While near Wilk Crystals? No, I don't think so. I don't want this.
A sage choice.
Soul of the Dark Knight and Fortifying Pelt, which is only useful if we're going to be doing great sword stuff. Gogmapocalypse and Scaling Prowess. Okay, this will be my last one.
Can I proceed?
I think we'll probably want to keep Gogmapocalypse. Yeah. Since that will at least give us the ability to like swap off one of those armor pieces and still maintain the shield. I am going to quit out of the game so I can turn in some rock at Azuz. All unsaved data will be lost. I hope so. Yes. And then we will come back. We'll hear Song of One. I'll go to Azuz. We'll get rock. We'll re-roll. We'll go to the tent. It'll be great. It'll be perfect. Yeah, this makes perfect sense. I'm gonna hide the game while I get into the lobby. Hang on. Also, hey Yuri, welcome in. I got Gore and Lord Soul on my fuck. There, I've got one in the pipeline eventually. That's Zoshia's Pulse, Lord Soul, and I feel like that would be great on a lance. But still haven't seen Gore Magala's Tyranny with anything else but buttery fucking leathercraft. I'm not mad. I'm not owned. I'm so owned, actually. Yeah, I can't even pretend not to be. Like, it's undeniable. I'm owned. Part of Wilds where you farm RNG gear. Yeah, I don't mind it. I feel like the Gogma parts are better than what was the Ardean grind before Gogma was introduced. So I'm happy with that, I suppose. And I will get back into the lobby. Gog not useful on Hammer. New Udra? Really? You think New Udra's Mutiny is the best option? Three different hammer and all of their tables. Yeah! I don't think it's tied to a weapon at all, actually. Okay, hold on. Getting back into the game. Because I remember trying to game the system a little bit. Wait, it's my song. Hold on. We made it back just in time. I remember trying to, like, make a couple of other weapons, like a trash weapon that I could just go through rolls on, but the rolls were the same. So I don't even think it's like a table based on the weapon. I think it's just like it's one long string of skills that you'll get in a set, and like they're just assigned to whatever Gogma you're upgrading at the time. Yes, I'm trying to game the game. Yeah, Roots, exactly. Nothing great for Hammer, unfortunately, but hopefully nothing that's just like game-breakingly bad either. So I'll take what I can get. Or maybe now that we know what's coming, maybe we do want to do armor stuff first. Because there's been some discussion in chat as to whether New Udra's Mutiny is superior for Hammer when compared to Gogma Apocalypse. So maybe if we look at our armor and it's like, yeah, you want to swap off one of the Gogma pieces, maybe we do keep Gogma on the weapon. Unclear. But we've got like a good strategy at least. Unknown, really? I've never heard that. Obviously, right? He's not actively pursuing the Lord Soul and Gore combo. Really? The Logi skill is mathematically closer to Gore. Logi Waste is more versatile than really. Okay, maybe we should look at armor then before we commit to weapon skills. That might be better. I can't wait till I hit like maximum hunter rank. I think I'll probably get there before master rank drops. Honestly, I wonder if I should make that like a special stream event. Like, we did it! We played the game for like 1,000 hours. There is, I believe, a Monster Hunter orchestra concert that will be performing in the United States for the first time later this year. And if they have the diva, like the vocalist for the diva there, to sing any of these songs, I feel like that would be the most transcendent experience. I hope they do extra performances, or I hope they come back in the future. Yeah, Lone Star. It's really cool. I think they announced it a couple months ago. Sorry, I've got an eyelash in my eye. Okay, well, I'll take a break in a couple of minutes, so if it's still bothering me, I'll get up and take a peek. Okay, yeah. Since it seems like we might have a couple different weapon, like Dogma skill options for the weapon, let's look at armor instead. All right, y'all. What's good? What do I want on hammer? Like, let's start with skills, maybe. It's also really not smart of me to start the armor crafting process right before I take a break, because we're gonna have to interrupt it when I get up. But we can think about it maybe, and fine tune it after. We got some people that always like. I got to sing One Winged. You what? Vixen, huh? Charge up and focus might be good to prioritize. Okay, well, I think we'll definitely want focus since this is a charging weapon. At least I believe it's a charging weapon, right? So focus for sure. And I have some other things that we might get focus from. So let's do... I was trying to see if I had like focus and handicraft. I think let's do focus and handicraft. Yeah. We'll pull that off Greatsword. Also, hey, thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Focus is a matter of opinion. You don't always want the level 3 charge. Flea likes adrenaline rush. Oh, was there a focus KO? Hold on. Ooh. I kind of like that, I think. Actually, that's kind of fun. Some people say weakness exploit. Don't like the fast charge. Some people are suggesting crit. Really, crit on the hammer. KO is also traps. In what way? Because I feel like it's only blunt weapons that can exhaust monsters, right? And isn't Slugger like the stun, the exhaustion? I already do a ton of stun. Well, let's try it. If we feel like we're stunning enough, we can maybe pull it off. Doesn't make a lot of difference. A lot of choices may change depending on the talisman also. Okay. We'll keep handicraft on in that case, because I know I've got like skills for focus and potentially skills for Slugger as well on my talisman, but I don't think I have any handicraft talismans. So we'll keep that. And 1 point is honestly good enough. Okay. Well, fuck it. What's my talisman situation look like? Shoot. How do I search? How do I search? Ha! Okay. That was called Slugger. Defense boost, dragon attack. Maximum might with coalescence. Well, but I don't know if I want any affinity. My affinity is currently 0, so I don't think max might is going to be doing anything for me here. Slugger and heroics. Slugger and constitution. That's really funny. I feel like that might actually be like a decent talisman. Good net for now. We can drop it later. Max Might's really only good with Vulgar Anjanath. Okay, that's fair. Sleep attack, thunder attack. I'm gonna assume I probably don't need burst or anything like this. There's Slugger and Evade Extender, which could also be good, actually. I think we might want that one more. And this is Evade Extender and 1 slot of earplugs. I think we want this one. I think we want Slugger and Evade Extender, personally. And then... what are some good level 1 slots we can pop on? On the gear... yeah, I'll look at gear in just a second. Let me see... actually, let me see what I already have, because this is... This is not my greatsword set, but I know that it's possible to do greatsword stuff. So burst is probably not going to be helping me. Antivirus is definitely not going to be helping me, so we can just take all that shit off. Okay, nice. Earplugs are good because we'll be near the head. If you put on Fulgur helmet and Gog arms, you'll get the benefit. Earplugs is probably the best. I might be able to slot in earplugs somewhere else, but I'm going to keep that talisman in mind. Stamina Thief is good for exhausting monsters. I've got a bunch of talismans with Stamina Thief on. I wonder if those compare at all. Let me see. I've got 3 Stamina Thief, Ambush Geologist, Stamina Thief, Sleep Resistance, Stamina Thief, Mind's Eye, Hunger Resistance, Attack Boost, Stamina Thief, Con? How does Attack Boost scale into the late game? One Stamina Thief, 2 Resentment. That could pop really nicely if we kept the Gogma hammer with New Udra's Mutiny. Because that entire armor set will give us resentment anyway, and we'll probably end out maxed. You get a talisman with more than 1 level. I have a talisman that will give me full Divine Blessing. This is tough. There are so many different options. Fuck. If you use resentment, you might want counterattack. Get the gear first, and then look for a talisman based on what you're... That is smart, actually. Okay, let's reset. Let's reset. I'm gonna take a break here. I'm gonna check on Mochi, and I'm gonna make some more tea. And then let's do the gear stuff first. I think that will be better. Let's do gear skills and then fill in the blanks instead of filling in the small things that we can change later. Yeah, let's look at the big stuff. We're gonna be limited based on pieces I've already upgraded. But because those pieces are so limited, hopefully that does mean that we'll have fewer options to choose from, and it'll become really obvious what minor modifications we need to make. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Let's do that. I'm going to put up the BRB screen. I'll be back in like a minute or so, 2 minutes. I don't know. Maybe I'll eat a piece of chocolate. Maybe I'll kiss the cat. Who can say? But I'll put the kettle on, and I'll be back when the song is over. I mistimed our break pretty badly, actually. I apologize for that. But yeah, I'll be back, and we'll continue. We're going to get a good set here. Sorry, I got distracted looking at my hunter's stomach. Okay, I'll be back. Hi, I did a little bit of a shorter break. I kissed Mochi and he went, like he made like the merp sound. He has been so tucked, so luxuriantly sleeping in his like blanket opulence that like he looks rumpled. Like his part of his face is all like squished flat, like his cheek fur. And he's got a good rest going on. God, I wish that me too. I slept so badly last night, and I woke up at like 8:30 and I was still absolutely exhausted because of the courthouse. and Moji was there, and I like dragged him up, and he and like put him here, and he put his head like right up against my neck, and he fell asleep, and I fell asleep, and like we slept for like 2.5 hours like that. I got the good actual literal cat nap in. It was fantastic. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We'll start with the head, and we'll work our way down. Yeah, I probably searching by defense is our best option, actually, because that will show us everything that we've upgraded. So I've got Omega Ear Cuffs, which will give me Wex and Divine Blessing. 3 levels of burst. Did we confirm that burst is useless on hammer? I feel like burst is useless on hammer. It's useless on greatsword. I feel like hammer's strength is not in the swiftness of its strikes, but maybe in the meat of the strikes. Burst is good. 1 level of burst is good. Okay, so we maybe don't need 3. Burst is awesome. Okay. Well, we've got a lot of burst with the Udra Gamma set, and I think most of that is fully upgraded, but 1 level's enough. All right. Agitator and recovery speed on the Numinous Crown. 2 levels of burst on the Guardian Ebony Helm. Niche case. Not super needed, but you can get good uptime with the twirly attacks. With hammer... Oh, there are... Okay, so there are 2 different play styles you can kind of choose between when you pick up hammer. Either fast strikes or long charge attacks. I feel like I'm kind of maybe going to want to do a little bit of both until I get a feel for what attracts me. So if it's possible to do like a general hammer build instead of one that's specialized for either approach, that would probably be ideal. I think Agitator would be great. Like, I feel like Agitator was good on Greatsword. I feel like Agitator would also be good on Hammer. You can combine them. Flow works doing perfect. I'm going to take Numinous. I'm going to take Numinous because I think that if we were to incorporate any levels of resentment, that would probably synergize well with Zoshia's Pulse. Yeah, we'll take that for Agitator. And what is this gonna be? Wex, counter a strike. This we don't need. I'm pulling that off. Chest wise, what are we looking at? Gore for evade window, but we can get that from talismans. And I'm also not entirely sure. Like, it's a comfy skill, but I don't know if it's a necessary skill. Does hammer have a guard or just an offset? Extender over window. Okay, so we don't want the gore piece at all. Steve will give me evade window and agitator, which is actually kind of sexy of him, not gonna lie. Just the offset, no guard. Okay. This could be tricky if we go into hammer and we don't like it. I'll practice it this week. We'll probably do SNS next week, because then I'll have speed, no offset, but a shield, and I think that will make a big difference. Get level 4 with Mirror Visor. I haven't upgraded that, though. I'd rather not upgrade anything if I don't have to. Until I know if I'm passionate about the weapon. I'd rather not. 2 in Agitator from Numinous. Speedy. We don't need this on GOG. Counter-Strike on Mire Mail. But we can get Counter-Strike from other things. Heartbreaker on Omega. Heartbreaker would be kind of cool. I kind of think... Let's take Numinous and know we can go back to Steve if we want. Yeah, Detective, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So, we've got the bonus from this. If we swap in a GOG piece, we'll get a GOG bonus as well, which would be really nice. Steve said bonus is great for... That's Adrenaline Rush, right? I thought Adrenaline Rush only popped when you got a perfect dodge. Can Hammer perfect dodge? I thought only Dual Blades and Bow could do that. Gauntlet-wise, let's see. Gore for Evade Window and Constitution. Again, not bad. Not bad. GOG for Maximum Might and Agitator, but it's not leveled up. I think we just got this. This is the one I was just able to craft. Okay, if I had to upgrade an armor piece, I'm okay if it has to be the Gugmazios ones, because I feel like this set is broadly applicable to a lot of different weapons and playstyles. Adrenaline Rush is just if your iframes dodge an attack. I didn't know that. Wait, that's really cool. It's a cool dodge when you charge. Okay. Max Might and Agitator. Oh, perfect. We already have a version of these that are upgraded. I think we want Max Might and Agitator. Although people have said that Maximum Might is really only, like, super beneficial if we can also stack it with Fulgur Anjanath's Will. So maybe that's not as useful as I want it to be. I don't care about Elemental Absorption or Weakness Exploit, I don't think. Maybe I take the Steve. Maybe. We'll look at the skills we've accumulated and then maybe swap out some stuff. But yeah, it's a shame we didn't see anything that could get me Fulgur stuff. I mean, maybe if I upgraded a Fulgur headpiece, we could combo it. But I think it might be okay. Also, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. Let's see, what else do we have? We might be capped on Agitator now, actually. We will be if we put one more thing on. Okay, so this will give us Agitator and Coalescence. I don't know if we need that. Burst and Ambush. Burst and Peak Performance. Agitator and Coalescence. Fuck it. And then that's Maximum Might, which we don't need. And leg-wise, it's incredible stacked with Fulgur Will. Let's put this together, and then I'll look and see how much it would cost me to upgrade a Fulgur Will piece. Okay? That'll be my compromise. Antivirus and Flinch Free definitely don't need. Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike's always good. We're capped on Agitator, so I don't think we need anything else. With GOG here, which I think would just give me... What does Peak Performance do? Attack when my health is full. Well, that wouldn't synergize super well with Zoe or Mutiny, I don't think. So we've got the 4-set bonus from Numinous plus Steve. It's a shame I don't think we'll be able to get one of, like, the other Steve's skill in, because that would be really nice, actually. You can redraft your armor if you look at the crafting instead. Yeah, but then I still have to upgrade the alpha bits, so... And once you get used to what hammer style you like, choosing skills will be easier. Okay. Okay. Let's... So I've got Focus. I'm maxed on Agitator. I've got a little bit of Adrenaline Rush, but I don't know if that's actually... We're not getting the Steve bonus from that, which is sad, but maybe we can swap in something else. We've got 1 level of Maximum Might. If we were to try and stack that with Fulgur Anjanath's Will, I think we would need is it the GOG gloves? Yes. We need GOG gloves. Steve, Fulgur, and Evade Window can be the core to a lot of great builds. I don't think I can do 2 Steve, 2 Anjanath. And this is hard. It's like trying to find the right combination of all of the fucking skills that I want. Where is GOG Mahelm? That's Peak Performance. Yeah. What if we did... Where is Fulgur Anjanath's Will? That might not be too terrible. That'll give me 2 levels of Agitator. Yeah, and I'm not willing to play like the reroll game. Let's just make it easy. Let's make it straightforward. If we like the moveset, like if I'm like, yeah, this is fun, but I wish I were doing more damage, then you can all smirk and put your hand on my shoulder, and then we'll go upgrade. Like if I enjoy the flow and I feel like I'm not strong enough, then we can swap things in to make us better. But I have to like the flow first. Yeah, let's like the flow. We'll focus on the flow. Okay, so without Maximum, I don't think we need that. I think let's just go back. Let's go back to Steve. Yeah, we'll do Steve gloves. Can I I just like, yeah, generic, no defense, because that'll show us the ones that I've upgraded. Boom. Okay, done. And then, so what do we want? Do we want weakness exploit? Do we want counter strike? Agitator's maxed, focus is maxed. Maximum might I don't think is going to be doing us a whole lot of favor because we don't have Fulgur Anjanath's will. We also notably don't have any levels of burst. But I might be able to do something with that. Tenderizer, mighty. Is this max might? I think mighty is max might. Yeah, we don't need this. Every skill. Just go naked. I don't think I will do that. Hey, Entros, what's going on? If you want to go simple, you could just equip full Steve. No, we've got focus, which I'm happy with. As someone who's just learning, that's fine. We've got 1 in Slugger, which I think is good enough to start with. What someone said, there's a skill called KO. What is that? What does that do? Can I see that? Let me see. That is Slugger. Okay, okay. So that's the same thing. Perfect. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate you. To get Eric's appeal. I love Eric. I love all of the characters in this game. And then I think we already said we can't get Fulgur unless I do some swapping, which I'm not opposed to, but let's start some stuff first. And then I think someone said there's a skill called Exhaustion. That might be the name of the gem. Okay, what's the jewel names? Okay, okay. So then, is it the same for Exhaustion? Why would Monster Hunter menus be easy? It still trips me up a little bit. Even like this late, it's Stamina Thief. Okay. So we have to cross that off because we have Exhaustion and Stamina Thief written down. Let's see what Stamina Thief does. Do I not have any Stamina Thief jewel? That can't be right. Because Exhaustion's not here, and I see Stamina Surge, but not Thief? Have I lost my ability to read? Am I no longer competent in the English language? It's a weapon skill. Thank you. So we want... Exhaust function. No, that's coatings. So just... Stamina Thief. Here we go. Okay. I think we'll put this on. I think that'll be a good one to have. And then let's take a look at Charge Up, Heartbreaker, and Bludgeoner. Let me see. Yeah, I had Charge Up on my list, so... So just give me... Oh, but it's... Is it only 1 level? Oh, that's Charge Up and Attack. Charge Up, Draw, Charge Up, Critical Eye. I think it might just be the 1 level. Oh, it's only a 2-star. So if we want it with Handicraft, it's 3. I don't know if we'll need that much Handicraft, to be quite honest. It's for low sharpness, doesn't do well. Okay, I don't think... we definitely won't need Bludgeoner then. Because we've got enough Handicraft in our build, and then the Gogma skills that we reroll give us plenty of sharpness. So... Take the attack boost one, okay. Bonk. And then as far as we got Stamina Thief, that's Charge Up. I think the only other thing I had on my list that we might want to look at is... Partbreaker. Partbreaker over Wex. Watching your playlist of playing this game, you've indirectly tempted me to re-download and start a new character. Yes! Welcome! What hunter are you playing through with now? Are you doing like a new weapon or a new design? Do you have like a backstory for your character? I do. I have a backstory for my character. But that's just how I like to play. Also, hang on. Let me check something really quickly. Give me just a second. Nice. Okay. So this has given us max charge up, max agitator, stamina thief, and focus. We've got 1 in attack boost. We don't have 1 point of burst, which is like, some people were like, we really like it. Some people were like, oh, it's not so great. What else can I do to make this stronger? I think 1 slugger will be enough. We could try to go for more adrenaline rush. We could try to go for more counter strike. I could try to put on some resentment, which might work well if we were able to swap in a new Udra Gamma piece. Charge up does stack with slugger. Much would make his Warrior of Light as a hunter. That's so cool. My Warrior of Light is a bun boy, so obviously there were some difficulties. I just made me. That's just me. It's so front-loaded, it's silly. Just 1 bird. Wex and Partbreaker. Both of them. Okay. So, should I pull off Weakness Exploit and Counter-Strike? Because I'll have more slots available to do different things with if we just remove those skills from this build entirely. I also don't need this fire resistance, so I'm pulling that off. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just pull all this shit off. Nice. Much better. So this is at baseline, 1 Counter-Strike, which we could max out. I think the best we could do, we could get to 1, 2, 3, we could get to 4 Wex, 5 Wex with a Talisman, we could get to 4 Partbreaker. Shaw, we're learning Hammer. And then I think next week we'll probably do SNS, depending on how this goes. Hammer does bonk, bonk target head, head is affected by Wex. Combination Mizu Balahara. I'm in the Mizu hunt. I'm in the Balahara hunt. I'm in the combination Mizu Balahara hunt. Let's do Wex. Since some people, like, I keep seeing Wex mentioned. It feels like, here's the thing. I've had Wex on, I think, every build I've made for every weapon we've tried, and there's a part of my brain that's like, you're making a mistake. Wex cannot be this applicable. It can't be like this versatile that really almost every weapon can make use of it. But maybe it's just that way. Bert, if it works, it works. Okay, so we've got 3 Wex. Here's our 4th Wex. And then if we want 5, we'll have to pop it with a Talisman. So that'll be... No, show me. We just do... straight to crit draw. I only need 1, so... I think we're maxed on focus. Here's a stamina thief. Oh, but it's also got load shells in it. Okay. Well, maybe that's not so bad. I think we might be maxed on... Yeah, we're maxed on stamina thief, actually, so that's not helping anybody. Handicraft. Charge master. Okay, hold on. Am I an idiot, or is that pretty good? Because then I can swap my charge master skill for something else. What do you guys think? If we put on this Talisman, we max out Wex, and then I can put something different in the slot that's currently being occupied by Charge Master. Although I think that's a 3-star. I think that's a combination Charge Master attack boost. Oh, it's hard! Attack weakness, opening shot, Charge Master. 2 Charge Master weakness exploits, sure. Oh, that's charge up. Not the same. Okay, never mind. I'm a fool, and reading is difficult. We could do Razor Sharp. That feels pretty broad, actually, if we think that sharpness is going to be an issue. Or Mind's Eye, which prevents my attack. I don't do slashing damage, though, so I don't think that'll be... Fuck it. We'll just put on Razor Sharp and Wex for right now. So... We've got Wex and Agitator maxed. With Razor Sharp and Handicraft, I think we're going to be enjoying a really comfortable sharpness. What else can I put on this? What else can I put on this? What else do we need? I've got a bunch of open 2 slots, several open 1s. I think Adrenaline Rush might be a 2. We could Resentment.
Good.
We could Resentment. I need Shockproof. Okay, that's just 1, so we can put that here. Also, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Community. Shockproof. Okay, well, that's Shock Absorber. Maybe earplugs. Maybe. Maybe. Most of this is done. Some people say Counter-Strike. Earplugs is so good. Divine Blessing. Divine Blessing. We could get all 3. We could get a full 3 stack of Divine Blessing. I like maxing out Partbreaker. I don't think we're going to be able to max out Partbreaker unless it's a level 2 skill. But I might try just with this. Shockproof is Shock Absorber. Thank you. Sorry, everybody. I feel like I should know this a lot better than I do. Equipment skills. Shock Absorber. Okay. So there's my Shockproof. And then earplugs are... It's a 2 slot. Ugh. And we need 2 levels of it to really make it effective. I'm going to put this in, but I might swap this out. And then I think we could probably do something with Counter-Strike, actually. Yep. Which will get me at, let's do 1 more level. Nice. Okay, so we've maxed out really extraordinary glaring weaknesses here, or like mistakes. For a beginner learning build designed to introduce me to the weapon to see if I like it or not, is this competent enough? Get some use out of a level of burst. I know. I don't think I can get it in, though. I've actually never used a build with earplugs before. This will be, like, kind of my first try. Or my first time. I felt like on my greatsword set while I was learning, earplugs would have been really beneficial. Roll with it. It's plenty good. Where's flexible leathercraft? In hell, I hope. Okay. Well, in that case, I have 2 level 1 slots I can use here. Do we just want to pop Divine Blessing in? Is there anything else that would be good to have? Steadfast. I don't think we need that. I don't think we need that. Yeah, let's just go for Divine Blessing. So we won't have all 3. Oh, ha! Oops, hang on. But we'll have 2, which will be good enough. So we've got 2 earplugs, Shockproof, Recovery Speed, Divine Blessing, Adrenaline Rush, which we may not necessarily be able to pop a whole lot of. We'll see how we feel. That might need evade window. We can fuck around with that after our first couple of hunts. Counter-Strike, Agitator, and Wex, fully charged, feel really strong. Stamina Thief is max, Focus is max. I think this is good. Yeah. An adequate build for a beginner trying to see if the weapon's for them. Yeah, let's save here. Okay.
Hello.
Let's glam it up. Hold on. We're gonna use the Cosmoloid skin. I wear it on my belt. Oh, that's really cool. I thought I made a mistake. I was like, do I not have the weapon equipped? It's on my belt. That's really sick.
Come on
Okay. And then we'll save here. And let's go to Azu's and dump some stuff in the smelter. Come back, fix the skills, and then hunt! I have to hunt or I'm going to fucking die. Okay. Oil Basin, Everforge. Yeah, Shaz! I have not seen the Cosmoloid hammer yet, but I'm really excited to use it. I love the Cosmoloid dual blades. The Cosmoloid switch axe is beautiful. I don't think there's a layered option for this set that misses. Oh, they're about to do the festival. That's really cool. I've actually never seen them do this. Hold on. How long are they going to be doing this for? Not going to tell me. Okay. It's got to say somewhere. Just says it's the fire spring. Heaven's Door, if I want to see the fire spring happen, how long do I have to sit here and wait? The meter at the top. Oh, we might have already missed it then. They pour about 2/3 through the season. I think we might have missed it. Can I talk to anybody here? Because I'd love to see them pour it. We're only just getting started. Maybe we haven't. Okay. Well, I want to see this happen. And the last time they were set up like this, I was like, oh, I'll go do some stuff and then come back. We missed it. So, I guess we'll sit here and talk for the next couple of minutes. Fire spring. It is the term for the inclemency, but it's also they smelt the ore and then like hammer it up after it cools, and I've only ever seen them do it in the cutscene, but they repeat it as part of like the actual festival. Might be the wrong word, but they repeat it as part of the event. Do a level 3 charge. Well, I don't think I can do a charge while I'm just like out and about. Yeah, I can't even like pull my weapon out right now. Which is great, because I wouldn't want to accidentally, you know, knock a fully charged level 3 hammer throw into this grandpa's face, but... Festival is right. Okay, thank you. I wondered. I felt like Festival was right, but I wasn't sure. And then... I imagine I'll probably want to do some pack hunts. I feel like Kutku would give me more money, but Doshagma would give me more practice on the offsets, which could be a valuable learning experience. So if anybody has any Dosha packs, I'll be happy to take it. Kutku is good with hammer. Really? Because their head is very bunkable. Will I be doing the new challenge arena quests? Wait, there are new arena quests? Is this... Wait, this is different than the quest for the Wudwud that rides your shoulders? This is something new? Did they... They dropped a quest I don't know about? What is it? What do we get? In the arena? Fuck, I had no idea. It's okay. We might have to take a look at that then. Everyone can do them as a see how you do. That's so cool. Are y'all gonna pour? I know the second I leave, they'll start. The Wud is the Mizu and Ball of Heart. Okay, well, okay, that one I've done, but that's... I thought it sounded like maybe there was a different quest. It's for the 2026 championship. It's the world... Hold on, I'm sorry. But there's going to be a World Monster Hunter Championship. Where? When? POV watching a pot. Stop! Maybe if I like... Maybe if I turn the camera away. In Japan. An arena quest with 3 monsters and new music. Do we get like arena coins for a new armor set, or is it like time based for a reward, or is it just so you can experience, like, get your practice in? Community 70 laps of I wish. I very nearly, I wanted to compete in the championships that they hosted during TwitchCon so badly, but they didn't allow remote participants, and I couldn't find anyone who was going to be there in person to duo with, and I was absolutely devastated. And then, like, the week before the event was supposed to take place, I met someone at an event, and they were like, oh yeah, I was supposed to be doing that, but I can't now. Do you want to take my spot? And I said, yes, yes, oh my god, yes, I want to take your spot. And by the time they reached out to Capcom, they'd already closed the substitution window. It should have been me! It should have been me! I was so disappointed. They still are not boring here. Mochi, get off that. It's hot. It's hot for your paws. Anyway, I sometimes I think about, like, reaching out to a Capcom representative, like, hey man, do you have any extra shirts? Like, can I just like I don't even want it for free. I'll pay the entry fee, like, retroactively. Do you have any extra shirts? Can I buy one from you? I don't think that's how that would work, unfortunately. But also, it's like bold of me to assume I would not have social anxiety over contacting somebody and asking them for a favor. There's no world where I take a proactive stance on that at all. So, Animus, I bet they do. I bet they have extra. I've looked for them on eBay. That's how desperate I am. All right, I think this is a scam. I don't think this is happening. I think they're standing around waiting for me to leave before they begin. They're like, man, that fuck ass hunter is here. Like, who invite? Can we? I don't think they want me here. All right, well, maybe I'll throw some stuff into the pot, and then come back. Maybe that will be good enough.
I've got.
So I want.
Now this is the stuff.
Or a calcite. And I think I can just give them, like, basically whatever. Whatever I have, like, yeah, oh, I have hundreds of beast gems? Sure, I don't know. Take, like, 8 of those. Wrath medullas? Sure. Not GOG stuff, because that we need. Omega stuff, I don't think I'll ever need again. Not GOG stuff, not GOG stuff. Plenty of tails. Plenty of screws and springs. Oh, this is great. Yeah, this is fantastic. Just, like, I don't know, 30 of these. And that's probably enough for right now. And then let's go, yeah, let's go see if they've poured or not. Probably don't need any of these either, actually. How much orichalcite is enough? Like, is it possible to have too much? How does this work?
Time to get started.
Okay, good enough. Good enough for now. Thanks for your smelting.
See ya.
Have they poured yet? I'm gonna be so mad. I bet they did. Well, we missed the start, but at least we're here for a little bit. So this will be the cooling of the molten ore, and then I imagine once it's solidified, they come out and like dig it all up. Oh, I can't go in there now. They prevent me from going in there. They're like, stay out, it's dangerous. That's so neat! I've been wanting to see that for a really long time in game. We were here organically like months and months and months ago, and I tried to set it up so that I would be able to see them pour, and we missed it. So I'm happy that did not happen this time. I want to see them walk out and start hammering at it, but maybe I'm being greedy. There's fewer than 10 minutes left. I think they've got to start hacking it up at some point. So I remember I did expect the pour to fill more of the. What is this pattern? Hold on. I don't suppose this shares any similarities to like the symbol on the title screen, does it? Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute, isn't this the symbol of the game? Or if it's not, perhaps it's very close. Hi, Danny, what's going on? Hammering is at the end, so now I have to wait. Maybe I want to kill. There's like 8 minutes left. Let's get some more orichalcite. Yeah, we'll be productive during this time, and then we'll run up, and then I'll head back to the hub, and then I'll join the quest. I am so sorry. I did not expect to get waylaid and distracted in this way.
Anything?
Have I ever followed? I love following the palicos around. I think they're the cutest. I do that with Wudwuds too. Mm-hmm.
Don't be shy now.
Okay, well, I'll take this.
See ya.
And why am I standing so close to him? This is so intimate. What are we? No comment. We'll
Now
smelt.
this is the stuff.
We'll do more orichalcite. And do I have just like hundreds of anything else I can dump in here? Can't imagine I need like this many Nursilla shells. I don't know. And maybe anything over 50. I think we should dump in. Not my Blossom Dance voucher. That makes me. I'm hoarding those until the next Blossom Dance comes around. Yo, who up freezing they sack right now? And then torrent. We'll do like, I don't know, miscellaneous number of these. Hides, sure. My Rathian slaughtering has proven beneficial. Oh yeah, this is great. We'll just dump in like anything over 100, kind of like somewhat haphazardly. No idea why I have this many Kutku scales. Absolutely hilarious. Did I just go fucking hog wild on Kutku? Why do I have so many of these? Oh my god! I guess I hated them in particular. I hope there will never come a point in my life where I'm like, damn, if only I'd kept those motherfucking Kutku certificates, I would be a happier man. I think we're gonna have enough rock. Yeah, Jakester, I've never turned any in. Like, I make what I need, and then I just kind of let them hang out. So, hopefully this will mean I actually maybe never need to farm orichalcite again, which would be great. Yeah, I think this is plenty enough for right now. I'm actually astonished at how much we were just able to pull out. But I guess I had never really just like sat here and scrolled through everything we'd accumulated. 300 hide? I can hold right, but like, what if that goes up too much? I don't want to be too hasty. Oh, this combines low and high rank materials, doesn't it? Oh, I'm a fool. We should have just given in everything we needed from low rank. I don't think I'm ever going to need any of that stuff ever again. Okay. I think this is plenty. Yeah. Good enough for me for right now.
Time to get started.
Spent 3,000 ora calcite. Rerolling a single set of skills. Jamie, what did you want? What were you getting instead? All right, let's see them carve it up, and then I'll join a quest. This is neat. I have not seen this since the cutscene. I'm curious to know if they like actually like pick it up and haul it away. Cause surely this ore can't remain in this like smelting circle. Or we'd notice it otherwise. Whenever we see this, it's bare. So there must be like an actual like retrieval animation where they all pick it up. Look at my Palico. His ass is not helping. I only keep 40 of anything. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe not going below 40, or not going below 50. But then when I saw we had 100 over like of some things, I was like, maybe we keep 100. This gives me some flexibility for turning stuff in later. But it's awesome, actually. I was talking about this a couple weeks ago, I think. But there's so much detail and care crafted into the world. There was someone on Twitter that I saw who had done like some photography of like Lagiacrus specifically, and you will never see this in the hunt because he will never like sit still long enough for you to look, and you will probably not have the concentration required to notice this. But there's an anatomical formation in the back of like a crocodile's throat that prevents it from swallowing water when it opens its mouth. And Logi has that. Like, that's part of his, is that if you take a picture, you zoom in, if you like free cam it, he has that. Like, that is something the ordinary player will never see, and they put it in anyway. Like, just so much care and precision and thought for the sunrise. Nice. I never realized that it was like kind of shiny before. That's really cool. But we are learning hammer today. Oh, there's Ida. Oh yeah. Oh, she actually like took out a chunk of it. Oh my god, she has a box. She's strong. Hi. Mochi, dude, you are in the way. You've got to get out of here. That's so neat. Okay. Anyway, I would love to sit here and watch them clear it all the way, but I feel like that will probably take too long, so I'll actually like get us into the hunt this time. Yeah, especially since we're out of the fire spring. They could be clearing it away for like another 10 minutes, and I feel like I've already stretched thin, perhaps, some of the goodwill that I had accrued when I was like, yeah, we're gonna hunt. And then I got distracted watching the fire spring, so. Also, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. All right, let's go. Hammer, training arena? Should I do training arena stuff? Does that matter? How hard could Hammer be? Hold on. Let's see. Let's look. We'll go in prepared, at least. Hammer time. So, what do I have? Play guide, weapon controls, hammer. Only 2 pages? My love. So, standard attack, Y. Big bang with B. Relentless smashing attack. The finisher can be used after landing the 4th big bang. Missing once will halt the comp. Okay, so if we're gonna B, then it has to be 4 Bs. And we charge with RT, and we can charge step, which will allow me to dodge. Okay, so as long as we don't let up on charge. So this is charging with the trigger. We're not like pushing in Y or holding anything like for TCS. And at charge level, when it's fully charged, we can mighty charge, which is just both of these together. And if I want, I can also slam. K. Yeah, if Big Bang Miss becomes Small Bang. So, spinning attack uses a follow-up. The longer I spin, the more powerful the attack will become. Okay, this seems really straightforward. Like, reject modernity, return to bonk. Y. Charge level 1, follow-up smash. Oh, does this charge sequentially like TCS does? Or does, like, can I charge it 3 full levels and do a different thing depending on the charge level? Or is it like, charge level 1, do a thing, and then I can go into charge level 2, and then I can do a thing? I choose what I want. Okay. So this is just a smash. Level 2 is a gap close. And then this is YB, Y. Okay. Which is my offset? Low entry, high ceiling. I feel like that is applicable to a lot of the weapon classes that seem like they're simpler at face value. I even get the feeling like SNS might be low entry, high skill. Dual blades to me is pretty simple, but that's because I've done nothing but dual blades for like 400 hours, so I don't feel like I'm qualified to appraise its simplicity anymore. Level 2. Blast hit. And YB can be done basically anytime. Okay, so here's my Big Bang. Flip my weapon. Woohoo! Look at that! Orb, ball, sphere. Nice. So there's Big Bang, and then if I'm charging, that's a spinning. This feels easy. This feels deceptively easy. So what are like my big things I want to be doing? Do I always want to be charging? Do I always want to be fast attacking? Because I know for Switch Axe, when we were learning that, we could do the fork move and like stick in a monster, or we could do the gun move, and people were like, do the gun move, that's better. Like you can do the fork move, but the gun move is stronger. Mainly be charging. Okay. After 4B, you can also do a mighty charge. Sure. So we want to do a lot of charging. So that's so my 2. And it's the upswing. I'm smiling. And that's just big, fat damage. Okay, third hit you can hold. And I can hold Y while spinning. Big Bang has oh, I thought Big Bang was a 5 hit. Okay, I thought it was 4, but it's 5. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All upswings are offsets. Pushing the attack button after each of those rotations is a totally different hit. When spinning, you should upswing. Okay, so to spin, it's Y and then YB. And then Y. Okay, hold on. any upswing is an offset? Or is it just the one at level 2? You can Y and B after just about every move. Oh no! I didn't realize that he would make sad Palico paralyzed sounds. Just level 2. Just level 2. Okay, and that is
Good.
thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. I thought Hammer would be. I thought the entry admission, yeah, would be a lot higher. I thought I'd be paying more money to get into the show. But the Hammer function has let me in at a reduced rate, I see. I like that. So, RT to 2, and then I follow up. It's just charging to 2? It's just, this is faster than Greatsword's offset. Okay. We're gonna try this. We can go straight, and that's right, I can dodge. Hold on. It's faster than I thought it would be. There's more positioning flexibility with Hammer than I anticipated. This is cool. Okay. Yeah, it's hunt time.
Happy to lend a paw with all your training needs.
Thanks, Luke. You are a perfect Palico. How do I get out of here? You can tell I've been doing a lot of Greatsword because I did not dodge at all while I was practicing. I just, like, stood in one spot. Okay. Okay. Yeah! So, when they buffed Hammer, what did they change? I'm really curious to know now. Serper. Ooh, I love Palicos. I'm gonna do Doshaguma, I think. And try to see if I can get some offsets on these lads. Added more offsets.
I'm counting
Oh!
on you.
So, could Hammer not offset previously? Added some mobility, follow-ups, tier 2 charge offset. They added that much? Was Hammer significantly underpowered in comparison to some of the other weapons on launch, or did they just need to give it extra? Could offset, but it wasn't great. Interesting. Had 2, now has 5. Well, oh, because any Hammer upswing is an offset. It doesn't matter if it's my level 2 charge. It's any Hammer swing that goes up. I should have known this weapon was cool because my goat Olivia is a Hammer main. I should have known. Yes, the follow-up was boring, not satisfying. It was the worst. Well, I'm glad it's better now. I don't know whether they listened to player feedback on that or if they made the decision to buff it on their own. Yeah. Let's do Hammer stuff. I'm gonna eat another Carver meal for evade window. And then we'll start bonking. This feels, it feels good to like look at a weapon for the first time and not feel like immediately overwhelmed. Like, again, will we be playing this weapon at a particularly advanced skill ceiling? Absolutely not. But I feel empowered to just show up and start swinging. Yes! I believe that perhaps I have been indoctrinated into the Church of Bonk. I am ready to go. It was underpowered, it felt bad. And I want to be at like the front of the monster. Not the butt, not the tail, not the flank, not the side, not a leg, head. I want to be at the head, right? Brain dead, easy weapon to play. Well, you say that, but when I tried Hammer, you know, 400 hours ago, I did not believe that was the case. But maybe it'll handle differently now that I've got familiarity under my belt, and also maybe yes, that is totally that's the game symbol. That's 100% the symbol we saw in the forge, I think.
Okay, Hunter. Eyes keen, mind sharp.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could offset a Doshaguma, I would be happy. So there's no guard, and that might take me a hot second to get used to, because I associate the ability to offset with the ability to guard, because Greatsword can do that. Oh, they're just all hanging out here like a big happy family. I'm doing butt. I was just about to be like, I'm doing butt stuff. No, we don't say that out loud. We don't say that on stream. Head. These are pretty big numbers. This is super fun. All right, this is pretty good. Let's try charging. Okay, I want to see if I can offset someone. Hold on. If I had done that quicker, I think that would have been a good window for it. Hold YB after the up smash, okay? I'm still at the rear of the monster. I want to be up here where your head is. Yeah, you. Okay. Some Doshaguma needs to look at me. Yeah. Hey, you. Look at me. Yeah, 2 hammers. Let's go. Yeah, I feel like remembering that I can move while charging, especially coming after all of the time that I spent practicing Greatsword, will probably be like a little tricky for me to remember, but we will get used to it. This offset I feel like would be really satisfying for me. It's much more responsive than the Greatsword one. No, I'm still at the butt. Hey, head. All right, maybe we could like, does anybody have a dung pod? Okay, I need you charging more. Let's try to charge to 3. And then I think I need to remember how to do my big spin attack. Animation cancel. You can animation cancel?
Thanks, that helps.
Yeah, the repositioning is very fluid. I don't think I'm gonna have the opportunity to really practice the offsets here, just because there's so many fucking dudes. But you know, any bonk is good bonking. And I can cancel the big bang finisher. Okay, he's leaving. No, I'm dual blades pilled. We gotta be up here. Oh, it does eat up sharpness. Still behind him. I'm gonna be up here. It is a lot more nimble than I thought it would be. This, oh, he dead. Okay. This is very fun. I thought Hammer would only feel marginally faster. Oh, carve than Greatsword. This is quick. There is a lot of maneuverability baked into this weapon. Big Spin is the Mighty Charge, which you can do after fully charging. So that's the fourth hit of the Big Bang, offsetting or finishing the golf combo. And that is Y and B together. Oh, I thought I was gonna offset that. Oh, there's somebody up there. Okay, I'll move on to a different guy so I don't fuck up their vibes. Heaven's Door. On Greatsword, if you hold your TCS too long, you actually will deliver like a weaker attack. Does Hammer operate in the same way? Like, is it very time sensitive? No, it just drains the stamina to pull. Okay. I was gonna say I wasn't gonna be able to charge that fast enough. Okay, but at least he's looking at me. The Shangama immediately said, yeah, about that. Hey, what's over here? Oh, and I have earplugs, which is actually an extremely comfortable addition to the armor set. Okay, so that was golf. Yeah, earplugs in the triple Blaganga would have been life-changing, maybe. Ah, shoot! I was really hoping I would have been able to land that! Two. It is tricky reminding myself that I can move while I dodge. Or while I charge, rather. Because for so long, my focus with Greatsword earlier this week was just like staying in one spot, guarding when applicable, shoulder, tackling when applicable. So now being able to like actually walk around is like, whoa, so different! Oh, this other one over, he's just dead. Okay. So, I'm curious to know, when do I want to do my Big Bang? And when do I want to focus on charging stuff? I'm assuming maybe charging is always better. Big Bang is so fun. Big Bang is when the monster is down. Okay. So that's when I will have like enough time to just sit there and bonk straight away. That's all because Big Bang, we don't have the maneuverability. But charge, we can move around, we can dodge.
Don't forget to
Got
grab
it.
that monster
Okay.
dropped.
That makes a lot of sense to me. That pens you up to attacks. And the Mighty Swing. And the Mighty Swing is golf. Bye, Lodestar. See you later. Okay. When I hop onto my Sacred, I want to look at the weapon guide one more time. I can do a Mighty Charge instead of the Big Bang finisher, which is R2 and YB. Okay. Is R2 YB always the Mighty Charge combo? I gotta remember how I did that really cool spin. YB. Y. Okay. Come here. Why be? Why? No. That still isn't right, but I have to hold the R2. And it only appears after certain other combos. Okay, hammer is fun. This is giving me the brain tickles. It did not give me the brain tickles when we tried it 400 hours ago. So I'm not sure how much of the tickling is the result of buffs that the weapon got in later title updates, or just me having a more comprehensive knowledge of the game and being able to approach the weapon maybe with a little bit more competence right off the bat. But I need to issue an apology to hammer users. I slept on you guys. I thought this weapon was boring. Not the case. Yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, retraction issued. Well, the editor apologizes. Charge level 3 and then hold RB. Okay. I think we can just get right into another pack hunt. And I do the pack hunt because I need the money. Although I think someone said Mizu Balahara was a good, like, practice quest for hammer. Is my plan to learn all of them? It's my plan to be adequate at all of them. Whether or not I will master all of them kind of depends on whether or not I actually enjoy the weapon, if it's comfortable for me to use. Like Switch Axe, right? It's like, that's fine, that's fun, but, like, hurts my hand to do this, and Greatsword I'm just bad at, straight up right now, until I become better at recognizing my offset timing. But I want to give every weapon an earnest try. That was fun. I liked that a lot. I don't know if I'll ever, like, actually, like, end up with a new main or anything. Maybe, it's possible. Maybe I'll try Charge Blade and just be like, this is what I've been looking for all of my life. I see now clearly what I had previously only seen in shadowed fog. Maybe. Dual Blades is so comfortable and so easy for me. I can just shut my brain off and blade dance, which is very cool. Yeah, Hammer's fast. I didn't think Hammer would be fast. I thought Hammer would be clunky. Like, faster than Greatsword, sure, but I did not expect it to feel like it handled so differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in for another pack hunt. I'll do Yankutku. And then I think maybe we'll do some Mizu Balahara. For Wilds, I switched to Hammer and loved it. This is fun. Yeah, I respect the Church of Bonk. Yep. Combination Mizu Balahara. Okay, I'll do that one next. I respect hammer users in this game, not so much in Passive. Why? It's just a game! I don't think I need to restock items, but I will, just in good practice. No thoughts, only bonk. So my strongest attack is Mighty Charge, which is... Hold on. YB at charge level 3. Both of them. Okay, so... But that's gonna be... So, RT to charge to level 3, and then while holding that charge, YB, and then let it go for Mighty Charge Slam. Using your charge early, slow charging you. Like, which, I think so, yeah. Yes, okay, so hold, press, let go. Got it. Let's try that. It'll be my goal to pull that off during the Kutku hunt. I'll go for Carver. Why not? What I need is money, but we can turn monster parts into money, so... Let it charge up more before you let go. You can skip the charge if you go into it. Okay, so if I do Big Bang, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then RTYB all together, or just YB, coming out of Big Bang. Charge YB, charge more, let go. Okay. My hunter's tummy is... Yeah. You've for food groups, you've heard of like dairy, protein, get your grains, hunter tummy. included in that pyramid. All right, yeah, I think I'm
All
ready.
right. Let me know if you change your mind.
We've got space for one more if somebody wants to suffer with multiple Yankuk coups. All together after Big Bang 4. Okay. Okay, all together. Also, I just noticed what time it is. I need to make a phone call before end of business day today. So I'll probably want to wrap stream up in the next 30 minutes or so. Yeah. This is fun. I didn't think I would smile so quickly. I figured I'd have to earn the smile with like 2 to 3 days of practice.
Okay, let's head out.
Yeah, I'll get to the sliding attacks, but let me focus on just like charging my stuff up first. Again, we won't ascend to the highest level of the ceiling, but we will perform adequately enough, and then we will learn more when we've got the fundamentals down. And we'll start polishing up. If you play Hammer for longer, you'll actively lose brain cells because of oh, hi, Loggy. Sorry, buddy. I thought you were the Yankuk coup I was looking for. I love that monster. I like him so much. Like, Loggy to me is so cool. I can't believe he's only been in 2 games. But I know that's because they had issues with, like, the skeleton and the underwater combat and stuff. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Charge more, and then let go. Okay, well, I'm not getting any offsets, but I'm hitting for fat damage, so... Here, stop moving. Stop moving. 1, 2. So let's try to do another. I keep trying to offset, but 3 up, and then let go. 589 points of damage. Oh, he's down, so we should have been big banging. 4, and then... I learned! Now he's gonna start walking here, which we won't enjoy. Yep, there it is! Shoot, I didn't let it go fast enough. I feel like I can offset the charge. Yeah, I like the spin. That feels awesome. Get out of the way. It doesn't drain stamina to hold as fast as I thought that it would. I thought it would be a lot more unforgiving. Paralyzed! Oh, so paralyzed will be bit 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all 3 together. I fucked that up, but that's okay.
Thanks. That helped.
What does it look like if I break a wound? Well, I kind of want to find out. I feel like I'm going to end up, yeah, stealing a wound from this SNS player, but... Yeah, if anything, my issue is now gonna be like trying to get the offset and hold the right charge, but then end up at charge level 3.
Thanks.
Alright, I didn't think I deserved that hit. Okay, is he fucking off?
That helps.
No, he's still here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, but we can still dodge. We don't get the perfect bonus, but that felt pretty good. I think the dismount is also cool. Yes! I'm gonna try. Oh, he's dead? Oh, that's a tree. No, this is a dead cuckoo. I thought it was a gnarled, like, log. I was like, oh, that's a fallen tree branch. No, that's a dead monster. That's right, and we can dodge wall charging. Okay. We'll sharpen.
Don't forget that small monster carvings are just as useful as those from large ones.
Thanks, Eric. I appreciate your gentle reminders. I just like hearing you talk. Can I do like a sneak attack? No, he's alert. 2, 3. Okay, so that doesn't seem to give me any hyper armor though, so I can't just like wander around, because if I get hit, it'll pull me out of my charge. Man, I'm trying to get an offset so bad. I think you would get them if you just let the triple Y combo rock out. Really, I'm trying to do the charge 2-1. But I guess if any upswing can offset, maybe I don't need to focus on that so intensely. What is the triple Y combo? Oh, I'm stunned! Embarrassing. Nice. We moved, unfortunately. So maybe we want to do that when we know they're going to be more stationary. 1, 2, 3. Dude, come back here. He is fucking off. He's over here. What? Was that an offset? But I didn't even do the level 2 charge thing. It's any upswing, even the one in just like the basic combo. Okay, so I think it would behoove me to learn how many upswings we get, because then I know what my options actually are. Lewis Hammer is cool. Oh, Big Bang. 4, and then... Yeah! Yeah! Okay, he's walking here. Get out of the way, not fast enough. Down, so we want to do Big Bang. And then Heaven's Door can only certain moves be offset, or can it be like basically all of them unless it's like a special Archbelders of Shia move or something like that? Or swing and bonk. I'm sorry, did that just do like 600 damage to this chicken? They're free! Oh my god, offsets on this weapon are free real estate! Alright, hammer's fucking cute. This is awesome. This is awesome. What? I don't think we needed to Superman dive that, Hunter, but... So not only is it Big Bang. Hang on. Not only is this weapon faster than I thought it would be, it is also more aggressive. Like, Greatsword, to me, it has a lot of offensive power behind it, but it feels like a very defensive and responsive weapon with guard, with offset, with how long it takes you to charge TCS. Like, it feels like your positioning is really important and you need to play almost more defensively. In contrast, this feels to me like it has the same aggression factor as Lance, where you're just like always up there, always hitting. I thought it would be a lot slower, a lot heavier. Hammer is sick. This is a sick weapon. Losing me to hammer, now that I don't know, but this is cool. So both of the tempereds are down. It's just free regular. I think we'll be able to chew through them pretty quick. Yeah, the fact that there are so many different types of offsets, and it sounds like based on our discussion about the way they buffed it in Title Update 2, I think, maybe it didn't initially have as much offset potential as it does now, but this is sick. Okay, so somebody's on him, so let's give him the big spin. I tripped on a rock and I ended up all the way over here.
That helps.
I probably should have like used one of my dash charges to close the distance a little bit faster. He's just dead. Yeah, I'll get to like the side attacks, and I know there's a gap closer as well. We sneezed on them and they died. New main, unlikely. But it is fun to play, and I will have a lot of, I'll have a great time practicing it this week.
Thanks.
It feels hard for me to imagine I could just become as comfortable with as I am on dual blades, because I can kind of just shut my brain off and play the game. I don't have to do any, like, math problems in my head. I don't have to solve fucking geometry equations. I can just be. I can enter a flow state, which is really nice. But hey, Renbro, what's going on? Maybe with time and mastery gained, we will find that that's applicable to any weapon we become very comfortable with. So Yeah, no meters, no real stamina management, no thinking about, oh, monster doing this, so I have to set up my prep for this attack at this time. Just blunt force damage.
Nice.
Just raw concussive power. Yeah, we may not enter a flow state, but we could enter a bonk state. This is pretty good. Okay, he's down, so we want to be... So I'm curious, so that's my mighty slam, but I'm curious to see, I don't think that's the same as the big spin I was doing earlier. Shoot, I let it go just a little too soon. I do think we might actually want full range Nesrio on this, though. Because that feels like it will give us even more oomph than we already have. 3. Oh, shoot, I fucked up the hold. That's okay. Yeah, that's just really cool. I'm kind of trying to see if I can get like another lucky offset for free. I don't know if we'll be able to, but... Oh, my pussy. Dude, offsets feel so good. I can always tell when I'm hunting with Sky Crisis too, because sometimes the monsters just freeze in midair. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. Oh, that was a counter? That was not. I didn't know Hammer could counter. Hammer can counter. Is he dead? No, he was just frozen.
Good one.
Splendid job, as always.
Hey, Mihoy, welcome in. Yeah, friendship ended with Greatsword. Hammer is my new best friend. Hey, Sky, we love you. We love you and your bad internet. We love you both. Wow. Pressing YB after the Mighty Charge Slam. Okay, so it's charge to 3, let go, slam, and then YB. And I get the endless spin. Because right now I'm doing charge to 3, YB, then let go, and that gives me a cool thing. But it sounds like I have to pick one or the other. Use the spin as a transition between combos. Hammer and I haven't been paying attention to the types of wounds I've been inflicting, but I'm starting to wonder if Part Breaker might be better than Wex here. Or maybe if that's something that you'd really want in solo play instead of multiplayer. Because in multiplayer, I'm happy to let basically anybody else take the wounds. Well, if I'm not on Dual Blade. If I'm on Dual Blade, I'm a selfish bastard, and I think anything that glows is mine for the taking. Yeah, ripe for the picking, if you will. But on any other weapon, you know, a Charge Blade, you need that. Insect Glaive, you need that. You can take that stuff. I don't care. I do think Fulgur Anjanath's Will, with maximum might, however, would be a really good build upgrade from what we're working with here. We'll see the sliding attack eventually. That YB can be done after any charge attack or Y combo attack. Oh! So I can do the RTYB after Big Bang and after the 3rd charge level, but also after any other combo? 5 offsets! Yeah, I gotta figure out which of those 5 because I want to become an offset farming machine. I want to be the type of hammer player that is like the most insufferable 6-year-old you know. Not touching me, not touching me. Sorry, the sun rose and it scared me. This is awesome. This is great. Let's try that Mizu Balahara. People have been suggesting that to me for a while. Let's try that one. So Y and B is the horizontal spin. Our TYB is mighty charge. Okay. So can I go into charge level 3 and then mighty and then horizontal? How does that work? Can I chain them together or do I have to pick? I can chain them together. Hold on. So just to confirm, I can go 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I'm doing baseball stuff. Do my baseball stuff and then hit YB again and go, ooh, I'm doing sideways stuff and do my big horizontal spin. This weapon fucks. This is awesome. I can just chain them together. I'm just always bonking. Endless bonk. Unlimited bonk works? Are you serious? All right.
I'm not worried. You handle these all the
I'm
time?
not worried either, Eric. Yeah, you've heard of following the ABCs. May I introduce the concept of following your ABBs? Always be bonkin'? Okay, well now I get to see... Oh, I have to eat a cookie. We have to eat a cookie. I'll eat a cookie next time. I'll eat a cookie when I'm off. Mizu, I hate to do this to you, baby. I know. I'm so mean. I'm so rude. I still need to put rations on a radio. Better. Let's see if we can separate these two. That's a lot of wounds, man. Okay, so I can do that. And then I can just hold YB to start spinning. Hey, this is awesome. Right, I still have to dodge though. Okay. So I am no longer on fire. That was a big hit. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the community. I fucked up that thing, but we won't talk about it. Ah, he left. I can't even be mad. That was the right play. Yeah, Mizu, you were right to say I don't fucking think so! And spin, 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 spin! Okay, so I know I can hold that. I think I might also want to be hitting Y when I spin, but I haven't yet figured out like the proper timing for that yet. I may have deserved that. I don't know why I thought the legs would help me. I was like, this slab of rock will surely facilitate my bonking. That's not how this works. If I'd got that off a half second earlier, that might have been like good timing. So, is there a visual indicator for when you get a counter even if there's no animation? Because I swear sometimes I see the screen glow gold, but I'm not sure what that's meant to indicate. It is, it's that for, so that is the gold stuff. I thought I'd recover from that a little bit faster. Okay, let's heal. Orange flash is level 2, red is level 3. It makes a clash sound. Okay. I missed because I'm a chump, but that's okay. I started that way too far away. I forgot! Hammer can spin. You know who else can spin? Mizu.
We received new supplies. I'll take the opportunity to add them to your sacred pouch.
Nice. And with tail broken, I think we can bang. No, I mistimed that. I mistimed that poorly. That's okay. That was okay. So that was a counter. That was an offset. Is there a visual? I'm assuming that there must be a visual difference between them. Okay. So offsets get the gold flash. but counter gets sparks. Sorry, trying to learn all this. You can't offset or counter on dual blades. So counter is offset. They're the same thing. Okay. I actually thought they were totally different moves. So that's good to know. Be at the head.
Thanks. That helped.
Going back over here. He's just in the ground? Okay. Five spin is the max. I did deserve that spit. Offset attacks that succeed but don't trigger will still protect. Yeah, because you can't do it every time. It builds up like an invisible meter, right? I gotta be up closer to his head. I missed. That does suck, but we can Big Bang, which will hopefully go into some other spins. Wow, we are, like, stun-locking this guy. That's awesome. And he's paralyzed now! Okay, so that'll be a good opportunity for the stationary combo. No, Brick Rate, I'm using an Xbox controller. I've been interested in 8-bit Do controllers for a while, though, because of the back paddles. Woo! Do you think if I just do this when he comes out, he'll take damage? Shoot, I was either not close enough, or he has iframes and he's doing his own little burrowy spin attack. And he dead. Okay, hammer's awesome. I did not expect to like it this much immediately, actually. I was fully prepared for the. Yeah, this is a fine weapon. I can see why a lot of people enjoy this weapon. This is a fine weapon. I'm neutral about this weapon, but I can see what other people see in it. I like this weapon a lot, actually. This weapon is sick. So, well, Starpster, I still have a long way to go. People have said I need to work on, like, I think I got caught between saying work on and focus, and I think I said workus. I gotta workus. People have said I need to learn, like, slide attacks. I've identified 2 of our 5 offsets, but I'd like to know what our other 3 are and where they are in the combo, so I can maybe try to plan around them more purposefully, more mindfully. What is ledge hopping? What is ledge hopping? Yeah, it is also 420, so hey, Lamau. So unfortunately, this will have to be my last hunt of the day because I have to call the hospital and argue with them about a billing situation from my abdominal surgery in July. I love to live in hell. I love the American healthcare system. But, you know, we move, we go. I am many things, and argumentative and stubborn are two of those qualities, and they serve me well in this particular sphere. Lead topping is when you jump off a lead. Oh, so, like, well, okay, but wouldn't you get the exact same thing from being on your sacred and jumping off the sacred? Like, what makes the ledge hop specifically beneficial to you? Just a ton of mount damage. You can spam, then you don't have to wait for your sacred to get you. You don't have to jump off. You can just be up and down, ledge stuff. And this is particularly strong on hammer as opposed to any other weapon. Back hop, attack, back hop, attack. There's a way to chain them over and over. And it's also good on Greatsword. Interesting. I will be so honest, I am not in any particular rush to head back to Greatsword now that I've discovered Hammer, and possibly we get some SNS practice in next week. This will be where we pause for today. I will probably be doing some hunting later this evening if I can get some stuff done. Tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, we'll be back on with Silksong, which is our main game on the weekends. And we will be streaming more Monster Hunter Wilds next Friday. I will take this week to get some extra practice in on Hammer. And next Friday, we will try another weapon. I'm leaning towards SNS this time, but who can say? Who can say where the winds of whimsy will carry me? I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for lending me your guidance as we tried this weapon, as we got a new build together. I really appreciate all of the insight and wisdom you were able to share with me. I will see you on Discord for more hunts, and I will see you tomorrow for Silksong. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!